I am Belle. Can't you tell? You will be my haunted friends, or you will go to hell. Hi, my name is Annabelle, and welcome to my tea party. Cookie? Board for me. You sure? I am Belle. Can't you tell? You will be my haunted friends, or you will go to hell. Oh, by the way, have you met Chucky yet?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Hello.
What's up? What's up?
Yay, who we got in the chat? We got Sofri, Sarah, Steph, Lynn, Different Idiom Daily, Greek Native Girl.
Sorry, guys. I was just in like some weird time warp. I left the stream open. I couldn't find it. And I was like, oh, no.
No, you're all good.
There's too many voices in my head.
Good to see you. Gigi, you idiot.
You stupid idiot.
How's the Hannibal? Yo, good to see you. Kala, vintage camera girl.
Christine, what's up? That Amber chick.
Real Billy, Belinda, Christine, Amber. Good to see you. We got you.
Yo,
did I get yours? It's been a while since I did it because Little Ritz is driving tonight, so we reversed roles.
Everyone buckle up.
Yeah, you can blame her tonight for anything that goes all right. Okay? No, I'm not responsible.
Oh my gosh. Your owl, her face like fits way too perfectly with these owls.
I know. Even my kiddo came into the room right when I was making it, and he was over my shoulder, and he was like, "That took me a moment." He was like, "I didn't even realize." I was like, "I know, right?" It blends to. He was like, "Why does that work so well?" I was like, "Because she's like a scared baby owl. I told you." Fuck. Works too good.
Big Boots 1K. No, we're at what, 8 something? Tell all your friends. Sub us up. Thank all of y'all for being here, first of all, for hanging out with us all the
Right.
time.
It's been a while. Yeah, since we've done a midweek one because we've just been super busy. So we're going to try and go back to one in the week and one on the weekend. Try and squeeze it in somehow. We will.
Gonna try to.
Mm-hmm.
Big Death Boots almost 1K.
Oh, fucking hell.
What's up, Kayla? What's up, Did? Yo, Did is
Yeah.
amazing. I'll tell y'all why in a little bit. Oh, where'd this go? All right, so yeah, we're gonna look at Breezy today. I don't know too much about her other than like from what other people have like already gone over with her and stuff. So we're gonna kind of do like a intro kind of to her and like look into some of her fuck shit because there's quite a bit of fuck shit and she's still
I'll
going.
read out the description for anybody that's not aware who Just Breezin is, for anyone that's not around these neck of the woods, because we do have a few that pop in. Just Breezin Today is a React channel within the walls of the Fatmosphere, otherwise known as GorlWorld. YouTubers that react to overweight women and like to more than criticize their large subject of interest. Just Breezin likes to react to Chantal / Foodie Beauty. She, however, herself is not without fault. Let's explore together the reasons of her also being problematic. So down the rabbit hole we're about to fall.
Ready? Let's go. She's your new bestie. Am I gonna have to fight her?
Desperate times.
Lynn's scared now. Oh no. All right, yeah. So we got a couple videos. Let me share my screen. We're gonna go into this one from Lone Entourage, which if you guys haven't checked them out, actually let me link their channel real quick. They're cool. They do stuff. Let me copy this. So we're gonna check out their vid.
I think it's good that you're driving tonight. I think my internet's being laggy, so it shouldn't affect the stream, but it will do if I was driving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Belinda, I could beat her up. Belinda said she could beat me like she did her half-dead grandpa. That's so bad. Oh, I have to do each tab individually. What's this one called? So this is called Toxic Positivity. The story of Just Breezin Today. If my computer wants to share. Okay.
Saccharine bullshit, I call it.
So yeah, so we're gonna check this out and see, get kind of an overall view of her, and then we've got some fun ones to kind of line up.
I'm looking for my connection. We were rerouted through wherever it is.
One moment, I'm poor. So yeah, warning too, she's another fun person.
Yay, food for fools.
Balls!
And Tita Tan. I didn't realize Tita Tan's in the chat. I got no audio.
And you don't want to hear any
Oh, there was just no audio, I guess. I know, I was like, wait, I turned it up, I made sure.
of this.
They're
Like,
trying
I'm
to
not
give you
forcing
little
any.
bits. They're trying to make out that you don't know how to drive.
Dude. I'm such a boomer though, it could have been, it totally probably is me.
Punk.
Ready to stay.
Remember when we got punked by Rustifer? You guys, that's one of my like favorite stream memories.
This is, you know what? Everybody expects Breezy to shut up and be kind and always like always look the other way and never do that. Like, this is my moment. Everybody takes shots at me 24/7, video after video after video after video after video after video after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. I can have my moment. If anybody doesn't want to be here, I'm not even trying to be mean. The hypocrisy. So I'm sharing what happened to me in my life. Literally, have you listened to the whole live stream? I'm talking about how I was horrible before, but like I changed my life. What hypocrisy is happening?
Face. Disclaimers. I have to
I
say this.
apologize for the redundancy of disclaimers, but it cannot be emphasized enough that the following is a public record and or been voluntarily disclosed by just Breezin Today herself on public platforms. I am desperately trying to avoid appearing in a thumbnail that looks like this. The following is only my opinion. It is not a defense or endorsement for any of the creators we'll be discussing. I will be using just Breezin Today, just Breezin, and Breezy interchangeably, but they are all to describe one person. This video is not intended to malign, harass or demean. It is to shed light on what I feel is negative behavior against the dual communities of recovery and GorlWorld, two parties that frequently collide in spite or because of each other.
Yeah, no fap. This is from Lone Entourage. Chapter 1: When Big Dogs Bite.
When my chihuahua was a baby, she used to try and pick fights with my bigger dogs. She would snap, bark and nip in a desperate attempt to get their attention. When my other dogs would snap back in her general direction, she would immediately recoil in horror and feign indignation, running to the safety of my arms to warn me of unruly behavior. No matter how many times I tried to stop her, she insisted on going back. Eventually though, she learned her lesson. I am not sure the same can be said of our subject. A creator who likes to provoke other creators through incessant content.
Like grandpa.
And in some
Eventually
cases,
she learned a lesson. I threw her to the wolves. What the fuck?
Jeez. All right, I'm back in a sec.
a creator who likes to provoke other creators through incessant content, and in some cases direct interaction, and then retreat to the safety of her platforms when they fight back, bolstering her audience into action to fight on her behalf. And I used to be a member of that audience, going to battle for her. If you're here, you're probably familiar with Just Breezin Today. But if not, I will give you a brief summary. Just Breezin Today is a reactor who styles herself as a positive, breezy person, hence the handle. She started gaining attention in early 2022 with videos that approached Foodie from a recovery standpoint, as Just Breezin, by her own admission, is in long-term recovery from alcoholism. In the beginning, her approach set her apart from the brash commentary/reaction community, as she could remain critical without being mean. This approach landed her a loyal fanbase. However, by late spring/early summer, cracks would begin to surface, when her commentary took on a decidedly more critical tone. I was drawn to her channel due to her sunny nature and perceived kindness. It felt like a safe community where people of similar outlooks and experiences could gather together and feel welcomed. She wasn't there to condemn, but to give nurturing feedback.
Yes.
Her commitment to sobriety was commendable, and many praised her for fighting for the sober life. After a while though, certain patterns began to emerge. Despite having a positive outlook, her comment sections were rife with hostile and negative comments, most of which were hearted by Breezy. The only problem was, this was in direct contrast with the positive image she was projecting to her channel, as was her content.
I don't get how any of these people who claim to be like, like, pro recovery in all that kind of different community, but yet come online to like tear people the fuck down and like go out of their way out of malice.
I don't know. I don't think I can really say much considering I'm coming up with names. I just called it Just Beating and then I just put Just Boozing.
Yeah, but you're also not coming on here preaching like, it's crazy to me. She does it, the bodega does it. So many people like do this where they're like, oh, like let's just preach
Oh,
recovery.
look, my
And
father died from alcoholism, and I'm fucking joking about it. It's like, whatever. So it's not like anybody can say anything to use it against me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I
yeah,
make all the fucking dark jokes. Come for me. Good.
yeah. I mean, but yeah, she comes on here with that like guise of like being this sweet little innocent whatever, but yet like the girl
That's
world
the sort of saccharine
runs off
bullshit
hatred.
that I can't stand. See, I'm of the adage of like, you're better off with a bastard because at least you know where you stand with a bastard. It's those sweet
Mhm.
fucking saccharine bitches like that you can't fucking trust because you don't know where they fucking stand with you because they're all so fake and insincere and fuck off.
Mhm.
Her high-pitched and pleasant voice has been frequently mocked.
Oh, pleasant voice. Bitch, I don't know. And y'all, okay, if y'all hear this voice and don't go, this bitch is a fraud and want to slap her, you need to like get your social alignment checked because you're not
My
aligned.
moment. Fucking Daisy little bitch. Who told her that? I want to know who fucking deluded her into thinking that,
Right?
And half these bitches into thinking that sort of entitlement anyway. That's most of the fucking problem out here.
Mm-hmm.
Mocked by Foodie, who has often pondered how just Breezin Today could constantly maintain the projection of happiness and positivity while operating a channel that existed almost solely to criticize. Before we continue, I need to remind you of something. The internet is a place where no one has to be, and where we willfully choose how and where we spend our time. You and I have consented to spend our time here, but not everyone can make that choice for themselves.
Willfully chosen to be. Yeah, just so if the internet is hurting you, turn it off. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
PSA over.
if they don't, you know what the get out is to be willfully ignorant. Rules don't apply
I
to
am
them
asking you to
anymore.
keep that in mind.
Commercial.
Wow.
In late December 2022, Foodie Beauty would make a depraved community post hurling horrifying statements at Just Breezin Today. The community was almost unanimous in its disgust, and many united to speak out. Given the gravity of the statements made, many were surprised when Just Breezin Today did this. Her thumbnail, featuring a sensationalized picture fashioned after a breaking news alert, emulated other thumbnails she had created discussing trivial drama in the community, including the show Real Housewives. Why would she use the same format to discuss a horrendous post defaming herself and her family? Breezy has long been vocal in her concern.
'Cause it's news.
Mm. Not on the clout trail at all, right?
That a younger family member in her life has been used for controversy and content. I will not be showing any social media posts showing this person. I truly believe they have been subjected to enough drama, both by other creators and Breezy herself. She has retweeted and made content out of repulsive comments made about this person.
Please look into this. Your platform is becoming a really dangerous place. Add to report and file and type of complaint we have to give people wanting to dox us. This doesn't even make sense. The system is
Well, to
dangerous.
be quite honest, this is part of the problem, right? It's YouTubers like this, like she came along as a Foodie Beauty reactor quite late in the game, right? So she had more than enough time to know how this shit works, how dirty this community can get.
Mm-hmm.
Doxing has fucking gone on left, right, and centre. She has brought her daughter to the forefront. She's put her in post. She's mentioned all kinds of fucking business, her personal business that she shouldn't have. Nobody should know half this shit to be able to
Mm-hmm.
use info against you. So we can't help you, bitch, if you wasn't fucking aware to lock down all your shit, wipe everything, and fucking, clear up everything that you should, and be aware that you shouldn't discuss all your personal shit. I mean, you're sitting there watching Foodie Beauty, reacting to her for oversharing, yet you don't fucking see the irony.
I mean, she went on a church's website and trolled them like someone IRL.
No, seriously though, like she sat there watching fucking Foodie Beauty, trying to call out her behavior for like oversharing. She's like lolcow fucking content to her, right? And we all know lolcows fucking overshare, right? Well, she's a fucking lolcow. She's done nothing but
Oh
fucking
yeah.
overshare. Why do we know
Oh
that
yeah.
she's a boozing? Why do we know all about her daughter and the Disneyland trip? Why do we know that she's out here fucking with that garlic bread fucking guy? Why do we know all this fucking shit? Because she's messy as fuck, you know? So don't be expecting, like, the rules apply to you, bitch. We're going to come for you too.
Person, further exposing them to the cruelty and scrutiny of the internet. Just Breezin has poised herself as a mama bear, protecting her cub, and many have viewed her fight to protect as courageous. But as referenced, this is a fight among internet creators, a battle that could have proactively been avoided. After the first alleged dox, there should never have been an opportunity for a second one to occur. The tweets you're seeing were posted in December of 2022. A month after she went on a panel discussing how her family member had been doxxed and she had gone to the police.
No, Fat. You're saying this tea is a year old, you're late to the party, but this is a deep dive into this person. So it's not just for people that are like over this side of the world, it's for anyone that's not aware. So this is what we do on people. It's not like we're covering the latest shit. Now we may tap into that before we'll get to it, but we're doing like from why she's so problematic. We're doing an overhaul of that sense, you know?
Yeah, I think the most I watched was like on Gigi's live, and I was probably there like 20 minutes. Like,
right. Yeah. And I know some bits and pieces, but not all of it as well. And it's like I'm saying, we're doing a deep dive on her.
After concerns of safety violations. Why was she allowing a second opportunity for this to happen again? This is a community known for its contentious landscape and personalities that take things in real life far too often. She has dropped into the direct messages of a lot of questionable people and brought her family along for the ride.
should I release the DMs of Shani going off on me? Jesus.
Breezy has accused many creators of weaponizing this family member, but she
Why does
herself
she
has
even
used this
have
person for
DMs for
content.
Shani? Think about that for a minute. Not why should you be releasing the or whatnot, but also why was you in communication with Shani, for Christ? Oh, maybe you got in contact with her when Tragic came in your chat a long time ago. What? In close to almost 2 years ago, I think it was, when Tragic came sniffing in your chat and being like, "Oh, hi, just breezing. YouTube recommended your channel to me. If we must have a lot of friends in connection." Did he get you linked up with Shani then? I wonder.
Ew.
Content, including allegedly posting pictures behind a member paywall and for GoFundMe drives. She has frequently accused other people of doxing her and putting she and her family in a position of harm. And while some, like Foodie Beauty, have made despicable comments regarding her family situation, the act
Oh, I miss that Foodie.
of making your own family member content for internet troll drama is just as unsettling. All information obtained by other creators was provided after Breezy had talked about this person on her platforms. In the past, she has made many proclamations of fear and safety, stating she would
Let's talk about Foodie Booty, Missy Moo, doxing, dating, depression. Yeah. Jeez.
retreat from public commentary. It would not last long. Just 3 weeks ago,
Wait, what the fuck was that? Hold on.
retreat from
I gotta
public
get the pause.
commentary.
Due to people feeling unsafe, we are canceling the parody of Foodie Booty and Missy Moo till tomorrow. What? I'm sorry. You had to move your parody one day because who felt unsafe? What the fuck is happening? Y'all. If 24 hours makes a difference to your safety, get offline. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand.
Well, to her, that's them taking things too far, right? Yeah, and I understand that. Yeah, people shouldn't take things offline, but also you got to understand, when is she taking things too far, or when is she saying too fucking much as well? Like, what are you giving out?
Like,
That
dude,
people
the
could use
universe
against.
gives you what you give it.
Right, and that's my point. And it's like, yeah, you're receiving what you put out, exactly.
It would not last long. Just 3 weeks ago, she made a video talking about the intricacies of her family and her child's father. Why would someone who has claimed to go to the police over concerns of privacy violations do this? Time and time again, she has utilized her channel to make accusations of threats and doxing against other creators, professing to be scared, before going on to make content out of the events and the people surrounding it. It is difficult to understand why a nurturing caretaker would willingly and willfully expose a loved one to further risk and exposure, especially over internet drama. The nature of love is to protect. This leads me to think one of two things: one does not actually feel threatened and are using it for content, or it is a risk they're willing to take. I will leave you to decide.
On September 8th,
Oh
discover
no.
the truth.
We can't skip it.
Yeah, sometimes it won't let you skip them either, some of them.
Yeah, this one's one. But yeah, Fuba Balls, I have seen some of those, some screenshots of her and his chats and stuff. She's been around, like, you know, commenting on everything. Like, she's co-signing a lot of BS. And I noticed one of her screenshots, one of her thumbnails, it said something about Foodie Beauty slandering her mom or something. Where were you, Breezy, when people were like doxing the hell out of all of Foodie's family? They're posting pictures of them
That's my
like
point.
all over.
She wants to call out Foodie Beauty for X, Y, and Z or whatnot, or when stuff is towards her, it's a problem. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I think she was talking about Foodie's mom there, like Foodie was slandering her own mom, like, but there you care about her family, but you just
No,
don't care
I agree.
now.
And the same with this Marty stuff, how everybody's okay with it. Because this is what I said, even when it started. I said it's okay as long as it's somebody you hate, right? As long as it's the right fucking hate target, it's all okay. You know, you're okay in those behaviors, you're permitting it. So when it happens back to you, nobody will feel sorry for anyone that's in that fucking Marty's chat amping this shit up. Sorry, but it's the truth.
Oh my god, Belinda. What's she live about?
Oh my God.
Let me know if she's doing something crazy, because she's been kind of boring.
Right, let her go for a little bit. We might dip in and derail the stream a little bit. We'll see. Let her
Too
be.
wild.
Let her
Let
go.
me, I'll peek. We'll watch this. Let me peek. Oop, I still have it off because I'm a fucking boomer. My bad. I'm driving. Sorry.
Yeah, just play this.
Is why I'm better than you. You want to know why? Because at least my fucking kid can say I tried. And you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yo, trying's fucking failing. Don't ever try it. Nothing, Breezy. I thought you were in addiction recovery, bitch. You don't know shit. What the fuck? Well, I
Oh, really?
tried. You failed. Then you
Oh, it's
fucking
that shit.
failed.
Okay. All right. It's nothing new, nothing juicy. This is not okay. All right.
For coming for somebody who actually put in the work to change their whole life around. You shouldn't be judging me. You shouldn't be coming in my DMs. You should be asking me what I did to change my life. And that's the only thing I ever want to hear from you again.
The previous clip was from a video titled Shani for Christ Audio Harassment.
Why does everyone think their life is so special? I hate to break it to you.
Me calling everyone out, plus addressing my crazy past dated February 20th, 2023. In February 2023, Breezy's public alleged arrest records were made known, and a creator she frequently reacts to named Shani had come to relay her sentiments. One of the alleged charges was elder abuse, which we will address shortly. Breezy is responding to Shani's voice memos in these messages. It is important to note that the door of dialogue had initially been opened by Breezy, as she had previously reached out under the intention of offering assistance.
You know, your kids were taken away and blah, blah, blah. The first thing that came to my mind is someone's trying to collect information about me. Because that's what people like you do. You pretend you're people's...
Shani, I don't want anything from you or anything that you have. Like anything. I don't want anything from you. Something told me one day, because I actually have this thing called a heart. Same thing. MFW said horrible things about me. I still reached out to her and said, hey, we don't like each other. I feel how I feel. But if you ever needed help, like, I'd totally help you find resources.
You know, there's the problem. Stop reaching out to people, Breezy.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do, Gator. We're going to like dip into, because there's bits and pieces that we know, but we're trying to join the dots ourselves and like see the whole problematic problem that she is, because there's obviously a lot going on here. You know, the fact is, even if you're not into watching her, like we're all in this community, and everyone's heard enough on the grapevine that she's fucking problematic, and we're like, yeah, let's have a look at her then and see all these rhymes and reasons now.
Screenshot, Lynn.
Something told me the same about you. I'm probably the only one, maybe not the only one, but there isn't very many people who are very open and honest saying, hey,
I knew she
Yeah.
wouldn't go after Tragic. This is what I've been saying, right? The fact is that she has been far too fucking dirty with Tragic and AK. She is in every fucking Discord with Zoom and fucking Rocket and Plate Gang doing all kinds of fuckery because she's such an edgy girl, right? But she forgot that AK and Tragic can't be trusted. She forgot also that her fucking legs can fucking go crazy on anyone at any given time. And now she's in panic mode. She's trying to fucking douse the flames, basically, on both sides. And she's keeping her connection with AK because she knows that if AK can keep Tragic, you know, stum and keep a lid on it, then it'll be okay. So she's, you know, heavily befriended AK. And AK also knows that DC's got their secrets and whatnot, probably as well. So it works in reverse, right? They're all dirty anyway. They're all fucked, you know, and they'll all do each other over in the end. And it's all going to come out. And trust me when I say it's all going to come out. All of it. And why Negs hasn't mentioned certain people. Now, the bitches that he's mentioning, like fucking, that's Monica, AJ, Cupcake, Lava, and Tiffany. And Tiffany is the one that he keeps saying that he's not mentioning. He's not mentioning that he thinks that she's been dragged into shit, right? Because DC's going after Lava mainly because she had a contention with her.
Well, and D, he hasn't said D's name yet either.
But the reason is those two as well is because they both signed NDAs, those two.
I was a mess. I lost my kid. I got her back. I'm probably one of the only people though in this reaction community who get it. I lost my kid too, not kids, one kid. And I get it, and it sucks. And despite you being a completely shitty person, I also acknowledge like you probably felt the same way I felt when I went to rehab. Well, don't get going to rehab, but when I went to rehab, like I couldn't enjoy myself. Like there was no pink cloud for a long time because I felt like such a shitty person for having this beautiful child, and here I am in rehab, missing out on milestones, everything else because I couldn't get my shit together. So like I acknowledge the few times you're probably not high and loaded, like you probably feel like shit too, and you feel like nobody gets it. Like I get it. And that was me just being a human. And I even told you in the DMs, I said, I'm still going to call you out. This is just a moment of me saying, hey, I know it must suck. Like here's an olive branch as if you ever want help, like I can help you find resources, you know?
To choose this life over friends.
Yeah, Steph, you didn't know that? He had a few people sign NDAs. I think when they
anyone that was on the team, anyone that was in the ones that he said he fired that day, all the shareholders and whatnot that was on his staff team, they all were made to sign NDAs. So that's why he's being cautious not to do it, because they could breach it. If he breaches it, then they can breach it, basically.
I'd love to read those. I think DC wrote them.
But they can breach it anyway, because what he doesn't realise, it only pertains to the business. It only pertains to anything that's company related. So anything out of that, it doesn't fall within the NDA.
Go, Lynn. Oh yeah. I don't know anymore.
Oh no, she's got full control of those purse strings, and she's not giving him as much as you think.
Risks of telling their story.
Oops, sorry.
No, sorry. No, it's my fault. Go on.
All right, I'm gonna play the video. Unless you want to talk.
No, that's what I mean.
And actively helping other addicts. Along with the stigma comes the very likely risk you may somehow find yourself in an uncomfortable place with uncomfortable choices. Even the strongest of survivors get weak, and for that reason, very few risk leveraging their recovery over another addict's head. Given the nature of many of her subjects, people have long been willing to look past any supposed faults and discrepancies in favor of community camaraderie. It is easy to poise yourself as a hero when the bulk of your commentary is centered around people who have willfully made themselves clickbait. Indeed, many of Breezy's content subjects have long and problematic histories that make most of us recoil in utter contempt. But two things can be true at once. Just because the boat is sinking doesn't mean the house can't be on fire, and chances are you should probably deal with both. We are always going to deal with the bigger perceived threat before conquering smaller ones. Her audience has sheltered her from intrusive criticism, and that is their right.
Yeah.
But there is little to validate a person's story without evidence, other than their own word. Foodie Beauty would be one of the first to ask how a person who had an unwavering devotion to positivity and good vibes could also have content almost entirely comprised of criticism and scrutiny. And as much as other people hated to admit it, they would wonder too. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah,
Just
it's
Breezin
true.
Today has long declared
True though, isn't it? Because like for all her positivity is all towards herself and her daughter and their own situations all the time and whatnot, and asking for positivity from others and whatnot. But when she sat there watching Chantal, it is just full on. It's not even criticism. It's full on unadulterated hatred. Like with most of these fucking reactors, they know what they're gonna say before they fucking say it. You know, they don't even need to watch her videos at this point. They could just put a picture up of Chantal and look at it all day around the fucking clock and just pick her apart because they know that they fucking hate her.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of the reactors are like that.
It is. It's not even reactions. They shouldn't even be allowed to be called fucking reaction channels because, like, we're watching this shit. We don't know what we're watching. What we're reacting to is all genuine. They go in there pre-planned, knowing what they're gonna fucking say, and it's all hateful shit.
Mm-hmm.
On reaction.
Yeah. I mean, they're all fans at heart, honestly. They either want to be Chantal and wear her skin, or they have this like weird hatred for her.
That's
You
where
know?
YouTube could get them in the terms of the legitimacy of it being a reaction channel. The fact is that you've got this pre-positioned fucking angle on it on every fucking thing. You know, tells everyone that it's not a genuine reaction. You know, you're going in there. Every fucking stream, every reaction is the same. Every piece of shit that you say is the same. It's not a reaction.
Nope.
herself a victim of silence, her voice suppressed by the community and detractors. A cursory glance at her channel will tell you a different story. In what can only be described as a shrine to other people's misery, the self-proclaimed recovery enthusiast has used her life of sobriety to make content out of addiction and the downfall of others, oftentimes reaching out to these creators with the purpose of helping them become more like her. Her personal vendettas are sheltered in 10 to 20-minute long videos or self-indulgent live streams where she paints herself as a long-suffering victim who is targeted for her kindness. Anyone who has ever crossed her has been exposed and villainized to an audience of thousands. Because of her perceived kindness, sympathies almost always align in her favor, and it's an easy mistake to forgive if you contrast her cheerful nature with that of someone like, I dunno, Shani. Her proclamations of recovery and love of sobriety are juxtaposed with thumbnails featuring creators in active addiction, with clip art and pictures of wine and beer next to screenshots of inebriated creators. Anyone who understands the sacredness of sobriety understands why this is a problem.
I didn't know she was covering MFW as well, did you?
I mean, when I scrolled through her stuff, yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like all these
A
people, they're like, oh
recovering
yeah.
addict, no less. Somebody that wants all the excuses in the world for fucking whacking her own grandfather, probably whilst inebriated. That's why your response was so fucking aggressive, mind.
But she's
Now
gonna
you want to
DM
cover
them and help them.
other people that are struggling with their addictions and put nasty thumbnails of them boozing or whatnot. Yeah, nice, classy.
Yeah, but if it happens to her, she'll call the cops.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little ridiculous. Too many hippos around here, y'all.
Yeah, I
Additionally,
think
she reacts.
I think like she probably is still boozing. Like her fucking unhinged behavior. If that's naturally how she is sober, then fuck.
There's a lot of things that change when someone goes through recovery, and especially recovery like that, especially from alcoholism. There are things in your behavior that you have to change. You have to behave differently because your addict, she's acting the same way, I bet you. that she was
So
then.
Hannibal says she has a very hypocritical coverage of MFW as well, and has threatened to call the cops on her. Wow. Wow.
Wow. Well, she's up in Music Biz Marty's chats, right? Interesting.
Yeah, exactly. But she wants to cry to YouTube about this doxing stuff needs to stop.
To creators who are drunk/high, where she displays trigger warnings and helplines. There is not a single sponsor, recovery counselor, psychiatrist, or social worker who would tell you that reacting to this content is a good idea. Anyone encouraging sobriety would not even attempt to commodify addiction.
Sorry, but I'm sorry to make you pause again, but I need to find out what's gone on. Wait, what? I'm sorry, this is a little bit too funny to ignore. Sarah, what did you do? Sarah, what did you do? I need to know.
Right now, hold on. Y'all are gonna make me pull up Rumble.
No, apparently she made Chewy angry.
Where?
That's what I'm asking in the chat. I want to know. You're going to send it to me, Belinda? Okay. I need to
I wanna know.
Hold on.
Oh, it just says loser. Loser. Oh god. Oh, on your last video. You called her chew. Oh man. She's so upset about that. You know, I wish what I was upset about, the worst thing, was them calling me names. Wish that was the worst thing people did to me. Would love that, actually.
For entertainment purposes. Even with trigger warnings, there is little to no reason for anyone in recovery to recirculate this content for frivolous purposes or entertainment. If any of your audience is even remotely in active recovery, I question why you would make this content available to them. She has admittedly reached out to more than one creator in the throes of active addiction, while also confessing she would use them for content. There is a word for it. I won't say it though. Her community section is likewise peppered with self-indulgent posts and proclamations of victimhood, a woman who picked her life
Oh my god, who else does all these quotes like this, guys?
up off the ground and is now suffering the wrath of those who find fault. People who want to hold her past against her. Does any of this sound familiar?
So many ads. Don't hate me, I'm poor. Yeah, exactly, Leo. He says in recovery, they teach you if you're really serious about quitting and bettering yourself, you need to change your friends. You have to change freaking everything. I am not shitting you guys. I came back from being gone for 10 months. I came back, I wiped my entire phone clean. Clean. Family, one friend. You have to. You have to do that. If you do not change yourself, your behavior, your environment, you will not get better. And your mind will be sick as long as it will be.
So there you go. Just
Oh,
have a
yeah.
quick look at that and then
I like the
mad?
PR.
Are you mad?
Being cool with bad boy Tragic or Anna doesn't save you from me. You guys
Can't
hear that?
see
She hates all of
names.
you. She hates every single person except for Tragic and Anna. She hates you all. Idiots.
No one cares.
No one is safe. She's gonna dox all of your grandmas. Watch out. And she's gonna like it. Gross. Gross.
So it's the only time
Yeah.
she laughs is when she's up to fucking evil shit, you know. She's so vile.
Dude, she's fucking evil, Gigi. Like, for real. She's literally admitted she gets enjoyment out of it and that you don't have to do anything to her. She just enjoys doing what she does, which is gross. Gross to admit that. At least I'm only ugly on the
being called a
outside.
name. Can't take being called a name. Got thin skin, little girl.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Oh wait, there's more.
Belinda, what are you sending?
I am in a
What?
All right, there we go.
Right, Gigi? She's gone on panel, talked so much shit about my real life. She's doxed us, like done all this fucking bullshit. But we call her one fucking name. Shut up.
Yeah,
Grow a pair.
How thin-skinned are you? Wow. So all that fucking fur doesn't protect your fucking thin skin, no?
Yeah, exactly, Gigi.
Yeah, read that. That's the second one. So then I can get to the other one. That's the second one I just pulled up. That's the second one that she's put. It's a different one to the first one. That.
A different one?
Yeah, this is a different
It
one.
says the same thing. It's got the same PS.
Yeah, but she put a little cheery picture of this. Look.
Don't think I haven't noticed, barnyard. She can call you names, but you can't call her names. That's against the rules.
You put that in there, Belinda.
That's against the rules.
I was like, why did she put that in there? And it's because it's you.
What a freak.
Oh, brilliant.
Wow.
Fucking
All
love her.
right, back to the other Looney Tune here.
There's too many. We have to spread ourselves out. Even when we try and do a concentrated stream on one person, still it gets invaded with DC and fucking that nut as well. It's like, oh, Jesus, we can't even.
What a mess.
mood. You know, Kiwi Farms doxing me didn't piss me off. People talking shit about me and assuming the worst didn't piss me off. Shammy for Christ pissed me the fuck off, and yes, I'm cussing tonight. To a whole other level, not because I respect her or her opinion. It's literally like, the fuck do you think you are judging me? Like, you? Everything from my past is like 14 years old. Like, I've never been arrested sober. Every time I've been arrested, it's been because.
Wait a second. She's never been arrested sober? Why is that a flex? What the fuck?
Strange flex, right? I've never had to flex such things, have you? Like in my life, I've never had to hit like the disclaimer. I haven't got I haven't done this. I haven't that. You know, give you a list of all the things I haven't done, so that makes me look more polished rather than list the things I've actually fucking done. That's a good way to work it, isn't it?
It's a weird game of never have I ever. I'll say that.
I was drunk. Okay. Never in my sobriety. I haven't been that hasn't even been an issue. But everything when I talk about my past, Foodie, you need to hear this too. I'm in a mood. I will drag everybody tonight. I swear to God. I swear I am in a mood. I'm sorry, God, I shouldn't have used your name in vain, but I am mad, and I think you understand. Same for Foodie. Like, when
I'm mad, and I think you understand. Do not ask that entity anything.
Like the least threatening person.
Crazy
I'm gonna
psycho.
drag you. Would you be intimidating little bits if this bitch came for you?
No. I'd knock her eyes normal.
I would disown you if you fucking said that you was. I'd be like, she don't belong with me.
Dude. If I saw someone with eyes like this in public, I'd think they're tweaking. She is. Look at her. Look at her. The only time I see people with eyes like this is at music festivals. Let me tell you that. On Lost
The
of
eyes
Drug.
don't lie.
Windows to the soul.
I talk about my past, it's not yesterday. It's not last week. It's not 30 days ago. It's not even last year. Like, my past has been dead and buried for a long time, and I've made amends to everybody I need to make amends to, and we've all healed.
As I previously mentioned, in February 2023, Breezy's past was brought into the open when Kiwi Farms found her public records. It was revealed she had several alleged arrest records, including one for alleged elder abuse. It is very important to use the word alleged here. Documentation of records does not mean conviction, and all subjects are.
Does anybody know what the other alleged charges were? So that she's got one supposedly for the one against her grandfather for beating him or whatever, you know. What are the other charges, I'm wondering? That no smoke without fire. Why would they say more alleged charges unless there was like somebody must have record of that, right?
I think the farms did. I didn't grab all that though.
Just curious what her other charges would pertain to, whether they would be more violent behavior or more towards because she was drunk or if it's other things.
Yeah, I think they're DUIs. I think so. The only violent charge was that elder abuse one.
So they are
I'm pretty
pertaining to
sure.
her alcoholism, though. Yeah, so there you go then.
Well, yeah, she's never been arrested sober, you know.
That we know of.
Innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Nothing I say here is meant to shame, demean, or judge. She stated her past was 14 years ago, but based on the records released, someone with the same name and in the same area had an alleged 6 more arrests occur from 2014 to 2015. One of those was for battery.
Whoa. For battery?
I'm going to back that up.
For battery? That's not a light charge. That's not just like physical violence or some shit, right?
That's a few punches,
battery,
bitch.
That's the next level up, right? You know that? Like in terms of physical violence, battery would be the second most, right? After, like, then you got manslaughter and then murder. So battery is pretty fucking, whoa, you must have done some shit.
But based on the records released, someone with the same name and in the same area had an alleged 6 more arrests occur from 2014 to 2015. One of those was for battery, and the other was for battery/vandalism of $5,000 or more. I am not judging Breezy's past. I am pointing out a documented public record and allegations that betray her narrative. If it's true, it was a dishonest statement and one she used to placate the audience and herself. While 8 years ago is still a long time, it is not 14 years ago.
And I guess me being doxxed was like such a blessing in disguise, because I woke up this morning on fire, Breezy. Like, this just gave me more motivation to share my story and show people, like, what an incredible story, right? A woman who was a complete mess, contributed nothing to society, took and took and took from everybody. People would find me passed out in gutters on their lawn. Like, I was a mess, you guys. I was a mess.
What are you giving to the world now, Breezy? What have you done to make the world a better place? You read the USA of Foodie Beauty? Is that what you did? Like, what did you do?
Well, I guess she's finally raising her only child that she spawned, you know, now that she's cleaned up her act a little bit. So now she can be all pious, right? Because that's what people like to do. People like to act like their shit doesn't stink, you know? It's like when I called fucking Peanut out for calling out Belinda when she did. And I was like, don't act like your shit doesn't stink now, Peanut. Because we all know that you fucking lost your YouTube channel. So it's not like you've never fucking done some shit in your life or said some shit that you shouldn't have. Because you don't just lose a YouTube channel for nothing. It's that sort of fucking piety that I can't fucking stand. When people act like their shit doesn't fucking stink or that they've never fucking taken a dump even in the first place.
I was a complete mess, and I've never denied that on here. But what an amazing story of a woman who lost everything. Her daughter, her house, the love of her life, her family, her dog, her job. I lost it all, you guys. And I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because I'm proud of myself. What an amazing story of somebody who everybody thought I wasn't going to live past 30. Do you know my sister said that to me once? She's like, you're not going to live past 30. I'm not going to have a sister later on in life. She would say that to me all the time. People who knew me in my real life gave up on me. I was that person who was never going to get sober. I was that person at a meeting, always the newcomer, always standing up as the newcomer. You knew my name by heart because I was up there every meeting as a freaking newcomer.
Yeah, Tulip, look, I'm not saying she's not awesome. I still like Peanut very much as a person. I think she's great, right? And you can like a person and all their various traits, right? But when some shit is done or said that I think needs fucking calling out, even if I'm someone's friend, in fact, more so, I've said this before, I'm going to fucking say what I need to fucking say, you know? And as much as Peanut likes to call other people out for their shit, well, that's what I'm trying to say. You can't have it both ways. You've also done shit, even though it's far off in the distance now. But let's not pretend that you haven't. Do you see what I'm trying to say? And the fact is, she didn't call it out at the time. She wants to do it 4 months late, is what I had a problem with, because I do it there and then. So I still like Peanut, but you know, I'm still going to say what I fucking got to say on people.
Because I couldn't get any time under my belt. What an amazing story of a woman who changed her life, got her daughter back, got her family back, has a house to live in, a roof over my head. I have dogs. I'm loved. I'm respected. People in my community love and respect me. I don't take anymore. I give. Anything from my past is just that. It's my actual past.
Crocodile
And I think
tears.
it says something that people need to realize. I've never been arrested sober. Ever. Not once.
I believe that crying, you know, when you're genuinely crying, when you're actually crying, like it actually affects the vocal cords, the voice box. It like your words become thick as you're actually fucking joking back tears as you're trying to maintain your sentence. She goes from and then talking normally again, and then yeah, fuck off, crocodile tears.
Yeah, she wants a gold medal for adulting. This kind of thing gets
We've all
me,
been
like, so
around,
bad.
look, that's like little kids. Little kids learn how to turn on the waterworks, and we all know that they can turn it off immediately, right? Like that. It's a thing, right? And those that have had kids in the chat will know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's what she's doing. Because like I'm saying, when you're legitimately emotional, it chokes up your voice box. And hers doesn't. It maintains its levity and everything, and her tone goes back to being all sweet and normalized and convincing everyone that I really mean this. And if you don't believe me,
Yeah, it's all part of the act. And like, listen, don't start rattling off like all like you want to talk about all the ways you could ruin your life. We could talk about ways that everyone's ruined, but you fucking did that, Breezy. You threw that all away. We're not going to give you an ass pat just because you stopped being a shit human. You shouldn't be a shit human to start. You chose to do that. You needed to choose to fix it. You don't need any ass pats, nothing. No one should pat your ass for any of that shit at all.
All
Like,
people
you're the
that
one
do
that threw it away in the
baby
first place.
fucking voice. It's true, Sofri said. All people that do that baby turn their voice all so and so, and that's not my actual voice, and then they can go a different voice. Fuck up, yeah. I don't trust that shit. You know,
It's freaky.
Yeah, I don't like women that do that anyway. Women that do that even around men. You know what I mean? All of a sudden they go, oh, super feminine and oh, damsel in distress. I can't stand that shit. You make all of us fucking women look weak when you do that shit. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
So please take that into mind. And Mom, I know you're watching right now, and I'm so sorry.
Oh my
I didn't mean
God.
to cuss this much. I'm not going to share in detail what you told me not to share about, but I'm going to say this part, and I think you're okay with it.
Is her mother with us? Just a question I have.
I didn't kill an elderly person. I didn't beat up on an elderly person. I've shared about my grandpa on here before, and me and him were very close. And before he got sick, he became really angry. Really angry. He didn't care who was there. He did you. He didn't care. And I just wanted him to stop. And I gave a push, and that's it, you guys. I wish it never happened. I wish I wasn't drinking. I'm sharing this because it's going to help somebody. It hurts talking about it. My mom told me today when I told her I was going to share this, she's like, please just remember to let them know, like, Grandpa forgave you. Grandpa was sorry for his part. And, like, I forgive you.
Oh my God.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. So your accountability for being fucking like, oh, I put my hands up to it, to even the police, because she said that. She was like,
She forgives him.
She forgives him. he was fucking suffering with Alzheimer's, which people with Alzheimer's or, mentally degrading conditions like that often turn violent because it controls the chemicals of the brain. They can have severe mood swings. All of a sudden, almost a different personality change, in fact, it can occur. So the fact is that all of that stuff is more than fucking excusable. Alive or dead, that man doesn't fucking owe you an iota or an apology, you dumb fucking entitled cunt.
Jesus. She's just something else. Yeah, sorry for his part. Like,
that actually boiled my blood a little bit, to be fair. It
it's
really
the
did.
same. It's
It
the
actually
same.
did. Right, Gigi? Right? Yeah, like, I know what you're going through and whatnot, but I've also had family members like that, right? And I know that it can absolutely overhaul their fucking personality, and they don't fucking owe you an apology. They're going through a fucking illness. They're losing themselves bit by bit, you fucking dumb coos.
They're not sharing the same reality as you. Like, you cannot, it's almost the same way as, like, you can't consent under a certain age kind of thing because they can't make that decision. It's the same thing on the other end. Like, you can't, oh my God. Anyway.
I'm really quite angry. Fucking just play it.
We forgive you. We know who you are. Like, So no, I didn't go beating up anybody. That's not me. So call me every name in the book. Paint me as a monster. There's more that happened that
You a grandpa pusher, bitch.
I will never share because I love that man with my whole heart. And I know
How much did you love him when you pushed him?
right now he's looking down from heaven at me, and I know he's so proud of me right now. And you can't ever take that from me.
I have a question for her audience, and I believe it may anger some. I ask that you please listen objectively. If Breezy had been on YouTube 14 years ago when the platform was still in its infancy, and was actively filming her addiction the same way as many of her subjects, would her justifications be viewed as excusable? Would you tune in for the drama, or to hate watch, or watch through another reactor? Consider the summary of her own admitted offenses, which are the loss of her job, family, child, reputation, and alleged arrests. None of these offenses are any less revolting than the people she is currently condemning. Her only leeway is that she chose to get sober and is telling you her version of the story. There is little to say her subject.
It's back to the whole thing. Those are choices you made. It's like a murderer being like, oh, I used to kill people, but I don't do it anymore. You're still always that. You chose to be that thing.
To sit there on your ivory fucking tower and judge others. That's the other fucking thing that I can't take. The fact is that's her position. Like, let's be honest, she's not just doing a YouTube channel about herself or some shit. She's actively fucking criticizing others on this platform with a fucking trail of shit behind her.
Won't get clean as well. If they choose to reform themselves, will you give them the same adoration and praise as Breezy? Or would they forever be confined to the status of losers because they chose to publicly document their addictions? Having viewed her through the lens of active addiction, would you have believed any story about change, or would the impression of an inebriated woman who lost everything for her vices forever be imprinted on your mind? The reasons I ask is that there is very little to distinguish her from her subjects, other than her own proclaimed sobriety. If there was a visual spectacle of her downfall like her peers, would her redemption arc be believable? And if Shani, Rev, and MFW someday decide to get clean, would they be granted the same mercies? Memories fade, but the visual marker of film forever keeps those memories alive. The only difference between Breezy and her subjects is that they have a camera, and she did not. Breezy did not make a stream addressing the sole issue, her records. She brought another addict into the mix to compare and contrast in an effort to deflect from herself and bring to attention a person we all already know is a mess. In this stream, she would emphasize why she was the superior person. I was a bit stumped. She requested leniency and understanding for her drunken arrests, while simultaneously going after another addict in the throes of active addiction. In short, how are Shani and MFW any less forgivable than Breezy? Given what we have seen and what we have been told, Breezy was not in a much better place than the aforementioned people. At the time she was going through her trials, would it have helped if someone in her current position leveraged their victory over her head? This is an honest question. In this stream, she pleaded for people to remember that she was drunk each and every single time she was arrested and asked her audience for clemency. How is the inebriated behavior of Shani and MFW any less excusable than her own drunk and inebriated behavior that inspired her series of alleged arrests? At this point in the video, I think we need to ask a question. Why is Breezy seeking out gratuitous encounters with other addicts on the internet? While I applaud Breezy for her recovery and the transformation of her life, is her content truly transformative?
Hold on a second. Because surely, right, if you've been to AA and you're in recovery and things, they tell you not to surround yourself with people that are in addiction. And surely, wouldn't you extend that to like spending your fucking like downtime watching hours and hours of content of people in addiction? Now tell me how that would be conducive to your own condition.
Hyper focused on like one person too. Like that's an addiction in itself. Like Foodie is an addiction to these people.
Yeah, I know Foodie Beauty were like obviously ED, but specifically MFW. Watching MFW getting boozed up and knocking them back. Surely, how can Breezy, as a self-recovering addict in any regards, not only sit there in all her piety, pointing fingers, but also expose herself continuously to such behaviour? Because surely AA, like or triple A over there, whatever, would you know, tell you not to fucking do that shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They would recommend against most of the behavior she's doing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all the other stuff too, yeah.
And I don't mean from a copyright standpoint, but from a reflective one. Why has she purposely navigated her online career to seek out these interactions, and is this behavior healthy? She has, both literally and figuratively, channeled her energy into focusing on addiction content for both professional and recreational use. She has purposely sought out content and creators with the exclusive distinction of having active substance abuse issues, and made it her personal mission to interact with them. She is not perturbed that her life may have been disrupted. She is unnerved that a stranger on the internet, one she proclaims to despise, reminded her that in many ways, they are not so different. Breezy lost the moral high ground, and her indignation and outrage is not at Shani, it is at her own reflection. It cannot be overstated that she reached out to this person first, interjecting herself into this person's life, all while making reaction content about them.
No, I haven't heard that.
She had no issues violating.
You read that on screen, little bits about a pimp?
I have heard something about this. So Sophie says her mom obviously enabled her. Have you heard the story of her mom rescuing her from pimp? Yes. So she got like what, like kidnapped or something, quote unquote. She was like, I don't know, held up by a guy she was trying to score off of, or something about something along those lines.
Or she
Where did
didn't
I
have
hear
the
that?
right amount. She didn't know she was in debt with him. She went there to go get some more. And he was like, you're not leaving without paying your debt. And you will get it out one way or another. Do you understand? That's usually what it is. And that's what sounds more likely, to be quite fair. And then her mum had to come rescue her and pay her fucking tab.
Yeah, pretty much.
Their boundaries and privacy, but feels she is above reproach. She, for some odd reason, is acting like these memos were somehow a preemptive move on Shani's part, when in fact, it was a counterstrike.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check. Talk to doc.
What a catchy blood pressure thing.
Oh yeah, like Tragic had a fall down the stairs
better
and a
word.
stroke. She also has had a fall down the stairs, and apparently I also heard she's had a stroke as well, she says.
Dude, I like you'll do this to yourselves. Stop doing drugs.
I think they were all brain damaged to start with, little boots. I don't think the falls were the problem, put it that way.
I am inclined to agree.
Words started this. This was not an inevitable collision, this was a completely avoidable encounter that was unnecessary, and one might say, dysfunctional. Why is her most pressing concern centered around a complete stranger on the internet? And why is she seeking unnecessary encounters that could be completely avoided by just logging off? Her absolute indignation at being categorized as the same people she responds to and believing they have no right to question her, after she, by her own admission, lived the same type of life, and took a very long time to get clean, is at a level of entitlement I have never witnessed before, and one I find quite—
Yeah, like, again, what makes you different now, Breezy? Like, you have to, like, what makes you freaking different now? Nothing. You just aren't drunk. Congratulations.
Oh, if anything, she's also transferred her addiction to obsessing over fucking overweight
Yep.
women or people that are struggling on the internet or whatever it
Mhm.
is.
That's what I was
Pointing the
saying
finger at
earlier.
them. It
It's
makes
just
her
another
feel like she's
addiction.
doing better. You know, as long as she's not them at this moment in time, she's a better person, right?
Mhm. Mhm. That's how a lot of this, like, space on the internet, like, acts with the girls, you know? They're like, "Oh, well, I'm not as bad as, like, Foodie, so worship me, I'm amazing." Like, that's not how this works. Foodie is not the baseline, y'all. Like, stop it.
Well, if they don't realize by now, this is the thing that Foodie Beauty, majority of the shit that she puts out there is hardcore fucking trolling. She's got you all fucking chomping at the bit. The fact that she's got all these reaction channels and the law around her, she needs that shit, because if she didn't, she'd just be another fat bitch eating herself to death on the fucking internet and no one caring, right? So that's all it fucking is. But the fact is that they pay into it, that she's this fucking evil
Mhm.
individual. Meanwhile, their shit is actually their shit, right?
Mhm.
So at least Foodie Beauty is a big fat troll, and her shit, yeah, is pretty vile trolling. But she's not doing half the shit you think she fucking is. Whereas you lot are out there with fucking records and fucking punching old people and God knows what else and kicking cats and fuck knows what else. The lot of yous. Bricks to the head. They're all disgusting, the lot of yous.
You called me a name. I'm gonna
Well,
talk to your grandma now. Fuck you. It's just, I can't even mimic her laugh. It's like, jeez, it's gross.
bizarre. This is a telling behavior, as many people who hide behind the facade of
I missed
kindness
you.
can become easily unsettled if a fragile projection is in danger of shattering before their eyes. It goes beyond arrogance. It is absolute fear. Listening to her sway easily from docile to angry tones, I get the impression she is both acting and believing her performance. While I don't truly know her motives, I had a very difficult time believing the piece we just heard was not performative. People in fear of being found out can become aggressively hostile in an effort to dissuade further questioning, and it is an effective tactic if utilized correctly. Fraudsters have admitted to using this tactic to bypass security questions when contacting call centers. I am not saying she is a fraudster. I am saying I think it is a form of intimidation meant to shock her audience into submission. This is, of course, my personal take on it. You may feel differently. Given her enthusiasm, which I do mean quite sincerely, she would excel as a recovery counselor, a job that may not pay well, but could be richly rewarding both emotionally and mentally. In this setting, she could work safely within the confines of the 9 to 5 routine with peers and other counselors to set boundaries and guidelines when they see her
so she's
mental and
got a lot
emotional
more work
limits.
to do on herself before she can help another fucking individual, in all honesty.
I don't think she could think about somebody else for that long to give
I
good
mean,
advice.
like, you know, as a counselor, or even if you volunteer for Samaritans and things, like you, yeah, no, yeah, she hasn't got enough fucking worldly wise experience to impart on others. She's just about fucking flailing about herself. No.
Again, what's she doing? She's reaching out to addicts on the internet that she's making fun of. She's
Mm-hmm.
not at AA meetings being a sponsor. She's not, out,
Right.
doing all those things. She's on the fucking internet being a shit human.
Right. She could be, well, yeah. Oh yeah, if she feels so bad about her fucking grandfather, fucking go volunteer at fucking Age Concern or whatever elderly fucking home, whatever. But no, right? She's got all of the time in the world, though, to hate MFW, Foodie Beauty, and everybody else, you know, because it deflects them. Like I said, most of these bitches, it's all about, they find these fucking people on the internet to hate upon because it's about deflecting from their own miserable fucking lives and making themselves feel like better individuals because at least I'm not her. Do you see? It's like, yeah.
No, Fap, you weren't kidding about that. You said they made a hate page, but I was like, just kind of blew it off. You're for cereal? Oh my God. She probably did get into a fight with them because listen to her entitled attitude. She wants to be the best thing. She can be the only recovering one, right? She's got to reach out to all the other addicts, but is she reaching out to all the people that have overcome like her? I don't see that happening.
Did she start a fight with one of the member meetings, the oldest one with the walking stick?
The site was never found, but she told us that.
This is what I'm saying. So she's bringing all her shit to the table for us. So people don't need to dox you or go digging fucking just beating because you're bringing all your own fucking shit to the surface by telling people. People shouldn't know half this shit. The fact that they do is because you're messy as fuck.
No. She got something against the old people?
Oh, it fucking was. I was only joking as well. I was only fucking joking. Oh, man. She's got a penchant for fucking duffing up the old folks, see? Maybe it's a
No,
thing.
we
Makes her
we
feel
have
all
to
powerful, does it?
we have to cherish our old people like them.
Well, some people could do with a heavy dose of fucking wisdom, and some people are definitely too fast for it. You know, they're running away from it. They'll never let wisdom catch them, put it that way.
22 year and I bet I see her starting fights with those people because she probably thinks she knows more, and they probably were like, "Hey, maybe your line of thinking isn't correct." You know, what does someone 22 years sober know? Nothing.
I mean, I knew there was stuff that we was missing out with this bitch, but even I didn't realize it got as bad as this, in all honesty.
Damn. No wonder she retreated to the internet. Yeah, guaranteed there was no baby voice that night.
That you've got a wealth of shit fucking just breezing, an absolute fucking wealth of shit that, you know, needs highlighting, you know, more than fucking Foodie Beauty shit. We all know with her and her fucking trolling antics. Whereas you, this is all legit shit.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Being compromised. Nobody is defending the actions of MFW and Shani. I am also not here to judge Breezy's past. I am simply asking why she is asking for mercy, but the same courtesy is not shown to the people she is criticizing. By her reasoning, the severity of her charges were somehow less damaging because she was drunk. But almost every addict she is dealing with is drunk or otherwise inebriated, so her harshness isn't doing her any favors in terms of her own past transgressions. As much as she says she has taken accountability, defaulting to "but I was drunk" is the least accountable statement one could make.
Yeah.
Especially when that excuse is not viable for the people she is reacting to. As previously mentioned, I don't need to tell you why it's dangerous for someone in recovery to devote such large portions of their content to the throes of people in addiction who don't want help. But what I can tell you is that a person in recovery is not supposed to use that content for their own personal gain. Is she reaching out because she is concerned or because she needs the validation of knowing she is the better person? If her purpose for coming to YouTube is to inspire, then why is her content so demoralizing? I believe she is telling her story vicariously through others, and
Yeah, so the more I hear about her, the more I'm inclined to believe the same way that Gigi thinks, that I don't think there's no way then that, okay, Callie's sober, whatever. There's no way. She would not be seeking out this many people on a lower level than her to make herself feel better if she was doing better. You guys kind of get what I mean by that? Like, I don't think she'd be doing this if she was sober, even Callie sober. I don't think you wouldn't be out here seeking all these people doing worse than you to make yourself look better. You wouldn't be emphasizing that daily. You know, you would just be being better.
and condemning them for the choices they have yet to make. If her purpose is to truly see others recover, then berating them when they choose not to comply does not help the recovery community. It only strengthens the already negative stigma.
Shake something up.
Commercials. There's a lot. I hope you get some money. Loan Entourage Prison.
Pulled resources away from that. You pulled resources away from a person that died from the rain. You pulled resources away from an SUV that crashed into 25 cadets.
Oh yeah, what she called the police about? She called the police or something, right? Is this the person that then people were? Man, all the cows blend together.
All because you wanted to hurt Ryan Moody.
Uh-huh.
And that's why I'm saying on this internet is getting pathetic. You guys are IRLing real shit with real problems, and real people are going through real situations. And just because you want to hurt somebody that hurts you, you want to take resources away from real situations? Pathetic. And
Trigger warning, we will be discussing DV and some elements associated with it, so I just want to caution you.
All right, no fap, garlic doxing your daughter's name. Yeah, she called the freaking cops about that. Yeah, a nickname she had already doxed herself. Like, and then and the cop was like, "Oh, do you know like all the things that happened on that day?" I'm like, stop calling the police. If someone's threatening your life, okay. If someone's threatening your family, okay. But if someone like, no. You know how many times people posted my first, middle, last online? Do not call the police over that. Ugh.
The following is a series of events involving Just Breezin Today and a creator named GorlWorld. The two have never met in person and were allegedly engaged. A few months after their breakup, Just Breezin Today would claim GorlWorld, aka Ryan Moody, who also had another channel in the Madden 23 community, was harassing her after he sent her sister 12 text messages and showed those messages online, and either purposely or accidentally revealed the nickname of her young family member. Breezy would go to the police and file a report, in addition to creating a video that featured
the nickname, not even the full name. Also, hello, Jesse.
DV hotline number. As stated, Moody and Breezy lived several states away and had never met in person, and to my knowledge, still have never met. The video titled Ryan Moody, the Madden 23 gamer / GorlWorld is threatening me and harassing my family, aired on November 11, 2022. Now, listen, I am the last person to defend GorlWorld. In fact, I was one of the first to warn Breezy about him, as did other viewers, in addition to being one of the first to speak out openly against him.
Now, this is the first time that I heard about her, was when all this GorlWorld fucking shit came up, you know what I mean? Then I was like, oh, who's he, who's she, you know, and I knew that there was some shit going down. And they had a weird dynamic, and then she offered a daughter up as like a fucking bonus daughter to him, and then he'd also baited her into thinking that they was going to have an engagement or some shit, and I think they're both fucked up. That's why they found each other, as are most of these fucking Foodie Beauty reactors. In all honesty, most of them in the fucking Fatmosphere are all damaged goods, and they're all coming to the platform for the wrong reasons.
Threatening and harassing. He said a nickname. Jeez.
Our concerns were dismissed, and she proclaimed we didn't know him like she did. From the beginning, his smug, overly confident demeanor and penchant for holding veiled threats over all of his critics' heads left a very bad taste in people's mouths. While some adored him, many believed he was an unqualified opportunist whose ego far exceeded his talents. In this video, which featured the said helpline for DV, Breezy would explain for 21 minutes why
Jessica Mesker had a role in it as well, because she was being messy as fuck, and she also was in the like love triangle. But then Jessica Mesker also, let's be honest, started off by, you know, messaging fucking Nada her fucking nudes as well. So we knew that she was a messy individual. So I'm not surprised that she was caught up in, and she'll be caught up in more shit as well. She will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All these. Maybe we'll have to do a dive into her at some point, but I think let that one play out. There's more to come with that one yet.
Oh, boy.
She was going to the police and retaining a lawyer for a man she met online and had allegedly been engaged to. The thumbnail was complete with his full name and a beware warning to caution viewers. What she was cautioning them of is not exactly clear. The video itself was Breezy reading her own community post and explaining why she felt she had been manipulated and used.
If one more of you adult motherfuckers complains about being manipulated by someone you only interact with over the internet by choice, I'm gonna lose my shit. Like, stop it. Turn off the phone. Get a new number. Turn off the internet. Get a new internet. Like, fucking.
I think Gigi got angry and left even because of like that shit about what she was doing, and like I can understand because I was fucking hot in the face, like yeah. It's a lot to fucking digest. There's a lot of nasty shit with this bitch, more than I was expecting to fucking uncan.
Yeah, well, she wants you to cry for her because she was manipulated by a man she's never met in person.
Isn't it funny how all the greatest fucking manipulators like turn around and go, I was manipulated? Isn't it funny? Yeah. Speaking of like other individuals that we know of as well.
Yeah. Funny.
Despite the DV hotline, there was not an indication of physical trauma or extensive emotional and mental damage, other than him apparently being arrogant, cold, and manipulating. While these can
That's the worst thing. Don't you manipulate people.
be toxic traits, I am not sure that they warranted a hotline. The insinuation based on the thumbnail and the description seemed to indicate she had been a victim of DV. She claimed he was incessantly contacting her sister, and went on about how he gaslit and emotionally manipulated her. She claimed she was getting a restraining order against a man who lived several states away and had never.
Hold on. Soft, don't do that to Jessie. Stop. Don't do that to Jessie. He's my friend.
Ever been face to face in her presence. A good portion of the video was Breezy waxing emotional over the situation and claiming she had receipts. The worst of the video is that he was apparently threatening to unalive himself and was leveraging information as a veiled threat, along with contacting her sister. Eager to tell her story, she also declared she would be going on the platform of Yo Mama.
Was I muted the whole time?
I don't know. Was you talking? Because I went away.
Yeah,
I was busy telling off soft reset for timing out Jessie for no reason. Jessie says a lot of fucked up shit. Soft. He's my friend, right? So just let him say his fucked up shit, okay?
Anyway, what I was saying to myself, apparently, she said, stop trying to control women. I said, hey, women, stop giving so much control to these weak fucking cuck men. Stop it.
Have you noticed how the big vagina, right? Since he got called cucked. Now you know, and I know, that the whole fallout that occurred that he had with you, Nietzsche, and AK was because he got called cucked and he got mad, right?
One
But
time.
have you realised that he hasn't stopped fucking using it against other people since? The cucked, because he got called cucked. Now he's like getting his fucking.
Because it hurt his fifis really bad. So he's gonna tell all of you it now.
You know that it worked, that it got under his skin enough that now he thinks he's got to wield it against others.
I just want to point out that Tragic is a 42-year-old man and Nietzsche was a wonderful, sweet, at the time, little 26-year-old girl who called him cucked.
She was never sweet.
And he is still crying about it. Anyway.
A Madden creator who inserted himself into GorlWorld after he found out his longtime enemy, GorlWorld, aka Ryan Moody, Madden expert extraordinaire, was allegedly grifting for women in Gorl community. As Yo Mama, who, for full transparency, is not loved by the community and is largely considered problematic on his own, is a huge critic of GorlWorld, I believe Breezy thought things would go overwhelmingly in her favor. This move on Breezy's part would backfire in a spectacular fashion.
So I went and sat in a police station for hours and hours and hours. And then I had a woman cop. I think I showed you guys the card last time. I'll have to get it again.
Yeah, you showed me the card.
Asked my sister everything, my mom, she ended up meeting us there, me, my daughter. I showed her videos. I showed her comments. I showed text messages. And basically what she did is documented everything. And she said the next step would be going to Pomona Courthouse and getting a temporary restraining order if he keeps it up and keeps bothering me and keeps doxing and keeps doing stuff like that. And then if I want to get a permanent, I'd actually have to fly to Maryland to get it. So it's going to be a process. So far, it's been quiet and he's left us alone.
Yeah.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great.
If he's left you alone, then what are you doing?
Poking the bear because the bitch has got to be a victim now.
Like, it sounds
You
like a
know?
lot of going out of your way because it's over the internet and because all he did was say someone's name.
Well, let me oblige you, Jewish Latina eyebrows, and say the word gash, because in the last stream we did clunge. Each stream I will do a new one for you. How about that?
Oh, I get you. I don't. Okay, listen. She's one of those. She's special, right? Because she's always wearing like these pajama type shirts with like prints that like a first grader would wear. Like, this is not a mentally stable woman. Like, you look at her and you do not see a mentally stable woman.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, fuck
Like,
me.
she's wearing jeans, but she's wearing a pajama shirt. Like, first of all, what the fuck? Then second of all, the print is like some little kid shit. And she was wearing some weird dog shirt in the other one. Like, who is this adult woman? This is not an adult woman.
She looks like fucking Grimace from McDonald's. Like, look at the shape of her.
Yeah.
Tell me, do you see what I'm saying?
Like, this is... like, a lot of you need therapy and, like, to be around maybe adults at your mental level.
Actually
Because
got
this
the
plays
body,
for you.
actually. I'm looking at the whole torso of it, and if you was to take off her legs and, like, put her arms as wings, she would be full out.
Like, who the fuck wears jeans and, like, a pajama shirt? Like, why don't you have pajama pants on?
Fucking homely bitches. That's who, little bitches that ain't got to do anything but sit on their asses and watch Foodie Beauty and criticize them and make themselves feel fucking better, as in, or at least I'm not her. Weak fucking fat bitches like herself.
Facts, soft reset.
A first name is not considered doxing. Like if you use a first last name, you're there. If you use somebody's addresses, you're really there. But with your daughter though, he only said half of her name. He didn't even say her whole name. Correct?
Which makes it more dangerous. Like, what if somebody tries to
what the
her nickname?
Makes it more dangerous.
We knew that, and that makes it more.
You say her full name, therefore that's more dangerous because you only said half the name. That's more dangerous. What?
More dangerous. So if my daughter's waiting outside of school,
how can somebody find your daughter with her nickname?
It makes it first of all.
So it wasn't even half a name; it was a nickname.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's even better, isn't it? Because it wasn't even just her first name. It wasn't even just a Christian name or whatever, minus the surname. It was a nickname. How's that more dangerous?
It's like a shortened version of a name, like where like your full name's like long as hell, and then
but even so, how's that now make it more dangerous than the actual full name or the full legal name? Tell me that.
I don't know. She's gonna explain some bullshit now.
My daughter is now online. People know her name now online. You don't think that that's dangerous, that somebody knows a child's nickname? Somebody can show up to a school and say, hey, let's say her nickname is Breezy Jr. and that's really her name. Hey, Breezy Jr., I know your mom. Or like, it's just creepy to me. It's weird. And like, I don't know if you have kids, but if you don't want to qualify it as doxing, fine, but it's still morally wrong and it's effed up. Like, nobody knew her name. Why do that?
Okay.
It's not effed up when you're in Marty's chat, though, is it?
Or when you're she dropped names when she was commenting in that church's live stream.
There you go then. It's not effed up when
you know
it's anybody but you. And maybe if you put all your shit out there on the internet, maybe you should also make sure that you inform your local authorities or the school that any of this shit could go down because there's weirdos on the internet and you've fucking said too much and got your personal info all out there in your business. And that's your own fault. But maybe you should fucking go tell them that.
She's so self-centered around herself, thinking like she needs to go get a restraining order.
Yeah, you just bitch about it on the internet and hope that it changes something.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I need a restraining order for myself. I'm gonna have to fly to Maryland." Not once is she like, "Oh yeah, I met with my kid's school. I met with a resource officer there. I met with whatever. Like, I made sure the security knows. I made sure that they know that to only release her to me." Like, she didn't go through any of that. She didn't give two fucking shits about the actual safety of her daughter. She just wants to make the biggest spectacle she can online. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Went to the police station to file this. Now,
no, this is not
on your
Jesse's comment.
You can find me online by my nickname.
Jessie is also the person, if you come into our Discord, mine and Little Boots Discord, Jessie is the one that also leaves all the horrendous things in my section, just as a warning.
on your car at the police station.
Mhm.
That day, I looked up that day because I wanted to say, okay, you went to the police station to file a doxing on Ryan Moody on saying your daughter's half name.
File a what the fuck? File if that's something that you feel is necessary to file with the police, get the fuck offline. Keep record of it for yourself, but it is not something you need to go to the police about. Not unless they
gave up with the
threaten
whole
you.
logic thing. I got myself worked up and angry, like over the whole beating up her grandfather and taking advantage of that whole, and saying like, "Oh, I forgive you," and I was like boiled my blood. So now I can't get any more angry. I can't even react accordingly to anything else she does now because it's already hit that level for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I looked up what the police was doing that day. You took resources away from the police station.
Are you serious?
I am because
It goes on.
I just want to tell you. I just want to tell you.
Breezy. I liked Little Mama, or I liked Yo Mama during this interview.
In small doses, and I find when he's doing the parody songs, or when he is actually calling people out on their shit and he's not giggling every 5 seconds, I can. When he's more serious side, I actually quite like him. But it's when he laughs at his own jokes every 5 seconds that it gets a little grating. I watch him in small doses. I'm all right.
Yeah, he just gets a lot of stuff wrong, which angers me when people don't know things.
Well, like I know, but like he is trying to learn. It's not that he's not trying to connect the dots, and like people, rather than criticizing, would be better off just telling him what is, clue him up on it. Then, do you know what I mean? Like people that going, "Oh, yo, mama, you know shit," sort of thing. Well, tell him what the fucking shit is then.
Yeah, he doesn't read his chat, so.
I just want to tell you what was going on that day. That day, the police were dealing with off-duty daughter killed in crash near that area. 3-time drunk driver they had to arrest. Another person found dead by heavy rain they had to find. 25 sheriffs and police recruits that morning training were all hit by SUV. All this was going on, the police had to deal with. And then on top of that, you go in and you take police resources away because a guy said your daughter's nickname?
That I have text messages on my phone with him talking about hurting himself with guns. He is not a normal person. He threatened Zachary Michael. Like, you don't know the stuff that he's done in his life that I know. So pardon me that he's harassing my sister with a special needs son. Yeah. 12 messages. That's harassment.
But you also did the same thing to him.
I clearly just went and had them document every text he sent me saying he's going to hurt himself. Every text threatening.
Exactly, Jesse. Exactly. They won't even go give him a talking to.
Yeah,
they don't
send
give a
them
shit.
an email. Send them an email.
Yeah.
That would be funny, actually. The police should start doing that. That would be quite funny if they started sending emails out to people saying, "Stop your shit."
Don't send them too many emails. You'll get trespassed.
It's a generic "stop your shit." When you know if you've got one of those, you've overstepped some lines.
Everything else, my sister showed the text messages and the calls. Like, it was important to get that on file because if he doesn't stop bothering us, like, he's a crazy guy who threatens people with guns.
But what I'm saying is this internet stuff is out of control because you don't take police resources away.
Very sorry. Listen, I waited all day.
You don't. Like, I know you waited all day, but look at what the police has to deal with that day. The
Rage
police
quit.
have to
Oh,
deal
you're
with.
taking time away from my life.
Yeah, bitch, you're coming off as manic as fuck, by the way. You didn't help your own cause.
You're taking away from her life.
I could be reacting to Foodie Beauty. I could be hating on her and making myself feel better, I hope you know.
Like, wow.
You're making me feel bad
Wow.
about myself. I shouldn't feel bad about myself. I forgive myself.
Are you getting emails? Am I gonna get a cease and desist? I've already been sent one of those.
I knew it was coming.
This would of course trigger a response video by Breezy, with comments remaining fairly objective and pointing out Yo Mama had made some valid points. She has since gone on to make several videos about him with less than positive vibes. For context, when Yo Mama stated you did the same thing yourself, towards or at the end of their relationship, it was revealed that Breezy was contacting Ryan incessantly in an attempt to contact him after he broke off all ties with her and no longer wished to remain in touch. Although I no longer have the tweets, I did witness Breezy reach out to a representative or third party on his Twitter account asking him to contact her, as I followed her at the time and her tweets appeared in my timeline, something she may not have been cognizant of. When her attempts did not work, she took to YouTube to call out the woman she believed was coming between herself and Ryan aka GorlWorld, a person and now content creator named Jessica Messica. Ryan had not planned.
He probably will be, but not for the fucking place. It'll probably be off the hairy one.
Please. Write me one. Calling her Chewbacca. Please. Please. Put your soft bitchness in writing. Please. I want to see it. Put it in writing. You've said it with words. You've said how soft of a bitch you are in words. Come on. Let's get it in writing. I want it.
Remind us
anything
every
public,
single
but
day, in fact, how bothered you are.
I want proof.
Apparently Breezy had other ideas. This all originally came to light in late summer 2022. Breezy would take to Twitter to ask people not to react. This was an odd request coming from a reaction channel and a person whose sole content revolved entirely around other people's lives.
Elites, now that we've made travel so...
What the fuck are those? What are those?
Those Beth Thomas's fucking relatives.
No, she's rounder.
Well, they don't have to be as fat as her. You know, she's eating all the food in the house, isn't she now?
Listen, y'all. I would just like to congratulate. I would like to congratulate Bethopotamus in becoming Niggs's biggest supporter in both circumference and in dollars.
Bottom bitch, I think is
Congrats.
the term. It's
Congrats.
becoming bottom bitch.
What a feat. What a title to be held.
But what we're not going to do is we're not going to leave the person that also is involved in this whole situation with Ryan Moody, you know, just Breezin. We're not going to let her slide off. Here's a person who makes a living talking shit about another person and everything that she does every day in her life, while she's living in a fucked up life where she got all this bad shit going on in her life, but she got the audacity to criticize other people. That's not what we're going to do here. I don't know about this GorlWorld community or whatever the fuck community it is, but what I do know is if you want to react to somebody, your life better be clean.
Whereas people had been largely neutral or positive
Yeah, I
towards
have
her
to
before.
agree. Like whether you like Yo Mama or dislike him and he doesn't get it all right, okay, but at least that is more of a genuine react. This is what I was saying about what is a reaction channel, and all these fucking Foodie Beauty reaction channels that like to call themselves that aren't doing that. So he's not so bad going in there blind or whatnot, and because all right, he may not get all the legitimate facts or the timeline on things and the nuances on shit, right? But as an outsider, he does make some valid points. I found myself agreeing with him several times because, you know, somebody that comes in and just goes, "What's this fucking shit?" sometimes does like illuminate certain things that people are overlooking.
Yeah, Sufrisa says he has a certain style. Yeah. Like, it's kind of like his laugh's annoying and stuff. But okay, this comment, like, some can't stomach French fry girl. Y'all, I don't know how any single
No, I
fucking
can't watch
person
her. No.
watches her and puts up with the trauma dumping of her chat, the
Yeah.
selfish, like, attention on me, like,
A big
there
brush, like
there's no normal
things.
person
I
that
can't take
can
all that.
watch French Fry Girl.
No. All right.
Like,
Well,
no.
at least with Yo Mama, all right, he's rowdy, but it's kind of like sports locker room kind of guy, kind of, you know what I mean, vibe. It's like we're all kind of used to being around those sort of jock types or whatnot. It's nothing out of place. Whereas French Fry Girl, like her mannerisms and her personality, just overall, is pretty fucking repugnant.
I don't know any sports guys that have a self-inflicted tick of a laugh like he does, though.
No, I
Like,
know
when he
that
came
is a
on
bit
panel with
insufferable.
Chi-Chi
Yeah,
and when he
that
was on
bit.
with me, he didn't fucking laugh at all. It's not like an uncontrollable tick. He does it on purpose. That's what makes it
No,
even
it
weirder for
does.
me.
He laughs, and I think it's his way of, like, playing out. So in between what he's thinking of, in between the next line, he does that laugh. It gives him thinking time. That's what I think it is.
It's weird. It takes away from his speech.
Yeah, plus it comes off as really conceited that you think you're so fucking funny, you're laughing at all your own
Mhm.
jokes. Like, we all laugh
Mhm.
along with ourselves. Like, when we make a joke, like, you make your friend laugh, you start laughing with them, right? But you shouldn't be the only one laughing at your own jokes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so, like, forced, and it makes the rest of it feel like a lie because you can tell that he's forcing that, and so
Yeah.
it makes him seem
That's
dishonest
why I
with
prefer
himself,
it when he is a
you
little
know?
bit more serious. I think and if he kept to that a little bit more, he would be a lot more watchable. I think a few of us would probably
Yeah.
watch him a bit more.
This incident, followed by her request for exemption, forever changed the trajectory of her channel and the public's perception. Up until then, I still was fairly to largely sympathetic. Many people took issue with her introducing her young family member to a man she did not know in person, in addition to talking about that person in live streams and
Mhm.
on other people's panels, once again introducing them to the drama
Breezy, if you told him your daughter's name, should you be reported to the police? I have questions.
of an already problematic community. Now listen, I am not discounting Breezy's pain. I fully believe this was a troubling experience for her. What I am annoyed with is the
Self-inflicted.
fact she took an emotionally draining online relationship that came with a lot of apparent emotional
Self-inflicted.
manipulation, edited a video featuring said content, clickbait with an alarming thumbnail, and then plastered a DV helpline in the description. For anyone who has ever been in a relationship with DV, I could imagine this would be somewhat baffling, if not offensive.
That's
She would
true. He
plead for
does take
support.
it on the chin, like Yo Mama as well. Like, people have ripped him apart when he's come in chats, and he isn't a thin-skinned bitch. Nobody could accuse Yo Mama of being thin-skinned. Like, he's taken all the hazing that this community has given him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I, like, asked him questions that people had already pretty much asked when I went up on GG's, and he still answered me, so, I mean, I
Yeah, but
appreciate
even
him.
when people are being intentionally, like, arseholes to him, or like jibing him and roasting him hardcore, he's not a thin-skinned bitch, which I kind of appreciate from any angle of any creator, because
Mhm.
you're going to be on this platform, you be prepared for that shit. Otherwise, yeah, a lot of these bitches shouldn't be creators in the first place. They're too fucking weak for it.
Yeah, agreed.
From the audience, and the comment section was filled with the requested support, with some people advising others to boycott GorlWorld's content. Rather than confronting this situation normally, Breezy, I believe, used her personal hurt to weaponize her audience against a man who had rejected her. And while some may feel
Look at how old is this woman?
he deserves it, insinuating this was a DV situation by inserting the
He's scary.
helpline is what I believe is a huge misappropriation of truth.
It looks a bit
If not a
like
misuse of the platform itself.
if Rev had an older, fatter brother or something.
Why? Why? Oh, you can tell how, like, at one with themselves a person is by their selfies. Weak ass bitch. Weak ass freaky fuck. Stay the fuck away from him. Like, if I
He
saw him
kind
on
of
Tinder, no. No, 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 no,
what's
no.
with the eyebrows going on there? Like I think he's trying to come off as moody, but he comes off as self-doubtful.
Yeah, and she's like the same way. Where's hers? Yeah, like look at the like what the fuck with the like
All I
tilted
see is like some
Does she
fucking
collar?
crazy owl fucking face going on there every time.
What the fuck? There's 3 different types of flowers happening. Stop it. Like this is not a mentally stable
I'm
woman.
a
And she's
princess,
what?
little goose. I'm a princess.
And look at even look, you guys, if I saw that hair, that's the first sign of mental instability when they
Oh, I
think that
hate that
view,
shit when bitches
that
do
like
those weird, like, blonde
two-tone.
streaks at the front. Like, what's that?
No. Maybe I worked at a salon too long, but like, bitch, that's bad. She did that herself. If you paid someone to do that, fire them.
You know, that's really fucking, like, that's some old school fucking Spice Girl fucking look or something. Remember the ginger one that has the blonde streaks at the front? It's like, that's like from the fucking mid-90s or some shit. Like, it just looks, she looks
It's
dated and like with the granny
it's
fucking blouse as well.
it's oddly purposely abnormal. Like you're not trying to look like a natural hair color, but you're also
Yes,
not
it's
doing like a color. It's
all of
fucking
it
just
is
weird.
outdated. Her makeup's outdated as well. You can tell everything is like she dresses and looks like a lot older. In fact, I've seen women in their 50s, dress and look more, of this day and age than she does. She looks like how women used to dress 20 years ago.
She's scared again with the eyes. It's just like, what the hell? Like this person is not okay. How does
No, she's
anyone
not.
watch these people and think that they're okay?
This is why we said you can tell from their eyes. You
Uh-huh.
legitimately can.
Mm-hmm. Those eyes beyond something, whether it's insanity or something else.
Right, Sarah,
Some may
she's
feel
so
he deserves.
out of fucking step. Like it's like her mother's wardrobe. It's like her mother. She's gone to her mother's wardrobe and picked out her 50-year-old mother's fucking blouse to put on. That's
I
what
don't
that
know.
vibe gives me.
Check out this pop collar, y'all. All right, I'm gonna skip forward again.
A warning. This, I believe, was revenge.
Jesus.
Do you think
A whole nother one.
Yeah, I don't even think she's that
If your
old
life's
though. I
black,
think she must be in her mid-30s or something. And to be dressing like you're in your mid-50s, and even mid-50-year-old women are not dressing like they used to. You know what I mean?
No, she's
Yeah.
dressing like a mentally handicapped middle schooler. She's wearing fucking ripped jeans and a pajama shirt with an like child print on it.
She looks like
It's
she's
not
dressing in the
okay.
bargain bin, let's be honest. She looks like she's gone into the thrift store and gone through the crazy bin and just started dressing in those outfits.
She looks just like, okay, guys, I was a TA for the special ed kids in high school. She dresses like them. 2 of those kids thought they were dogs, legitimately.
Yeah, and you know who dresses those kids? Their mums, and that's what I'm saying. She looks like she's gone into her mum's wardrobe.
Yeah. It's just like a little kid who just learned to dress themselves. Like, whoa.
blood is, or ever has been, substances of vice, the predatory nature of addiction will lead you to hone skill sets that enable that survival. That skill set can carry over long past the days of detox. Whether it's directly begging or subtly dropping a cash app, it's delivering a message that their wants are a priority over your needs. You may think it's cold, you may think it's harsh. But it is, and always has been, the biggest red flag to signal boost a very real problem. Just Breezin Today has had plenty to say about other people asking for money. And maybe rightfully so. But given her logic for thinking this, let's examine her own history of asking for money. As referenced, Breezy has previously posted GoFundMes to send a loved one to a theme park. Additionally, her Cash App has been featured in her descriptions and is present in her YouTube banner. As she has been so bold as to proclaim others as fraudulent, even while posting her own Cash App in said videos calling out scams, she has yet to justify why she requested a frivolous GoFundMe and why her Cash App is displayed on her apparently monetized channel. As she constantly poises herself as a struggling single mother alone against the world, a subliminal story is being told. Soft-hearted supporters are eager to help, and the constant influx of stories about harassment and hardship leave a harrowing imprint on an invested audience. She has not just monetized her content, she has commodified her life story. Having been part of that community, I can safely tell you that people are not just there for gossip and updates. They are a bonded network of people who gather in unification over their leader, Breezy. Sympathetic to a fault, they will support her without question. Recently she has taken to renovating her home and sharing pictures. As she appears to be doing okay, why the need for the Cash App to remain? My personal feeling is that Cash App should be banned from the platform, as YouTube itself, a medium that has democratized fame, will reward you in time if your videos prosper. In addition to AdSense, there are super chats and memberships, along with merch and a previous sponsorship by Dossier. The Cash App is a redundant reminder that no matter what the motive, money is never far behind. I will leave you to draw your own conclusions.
Oh, we know that about all these bitches, especially in the fucking GorlWorld shit. They all hop onto it and they know what a fucking good thing is. And this bitch did that. So when she came around, like French Fried Girl was already going. She knew she couldn't compete with her, that nasty, nasty shit. So she was like, let me go for the super nice market because not everybody wants that. So let me go for that one. So that was her angle on it. It's all you got to do as one of these Foodie Beauty reactors. They've all got the different styles, right? Just find one that's not existing, like a different style, and be like, kaboom, there you go. I'll be one of those and go grift my money, get my Foodie Beauty bag. It's easy work, right? Just sit there all day and criticize someone.
Easy money.
GorlWorld is drawn to the villain through the lens of the hero. The focus will never be honed in on positivity and goodness, it will dwell in the turmoil, the tea, the never-ending drama of the people we've invested in for reasons even we are unsure of. It is a den of chaos. And maybe the only good is the sense of community people draw from each other. At the end of the day, Breezy is just a creator and I am just a viewer.
I sent Little Boot something to do with dark roses, didn't I?
Oh yeah. I haven't had time to look at it yet.
See, I'm always on the cutting edge of it all.
I got a lot going on. Sorry for everyone I haven't replied to in DMs.
But the adverse effects of what, I believe, is the commodification of recovery and addiction, are far more reaching than just YouTube drama, and carry over into the subconscious of each person struggling to overcome their issues with substances. Her channel started under the premise of a person in recovery, and in kind, people were drawn in for that reason.
Yeah,
Today,
I know.
she is actively using people with
Yeah, that's why I was sending it to Little Boots, because she was like, who's Dark Roses? And I was like, yeah, just another kind of low-cow bitch that messy as fuck, like all of them.
She was in Anna Nicole's comments.
addictions as content, with sensationalized thumbnails, while sliding into their DMs to offer support. Additionally, she has the eyes and ears of nearly 10K people who believe she is on a quest to lead positivity onto the platform, when she is reaching out to people in active addiction and monetizing her response to their struggles. She has weaponized her platform to persuade, convince, and sway her audience to her reasoning, unburdening herself to viewers that serve as therapists. She has made accusations against others and, by her own definitions of safety, risked the people she claims she's protecting the most, while shifting the weight of risk on the side of her enemies. As she is still posting about her private life, it appears she has not learned, or perhaps, is waiting for another catalyst to make claims for dramatic purposes. She states she bears the weight and responsibility of shouldering the burdens faced by other addicts, but shuns that duty when it compromises her content, clout, and views. She is not a sponsor, she is not even their friend. She is someone actively seeking out other addicts for content. It belies the sentiments of every addict who has made amends for the conflict and strife that has been caused by their vices. It is, what I believe, the weaponization of sobriety. The purpose of this video is not to condemn or cause friction. I know people in the community who are ardent fans of hers, and I am fond of all of those people. I think she has positive attributes and qualities, and I admire her for her sobriety. But I do question what she's done with that sobriety. Using the sober life as ammunition or leverage.
Hold on, pause. Dark Ninja, we've had these like half skull fucking things going on from day one of us streaming. like for 3 months now. 3 months of us streaming. Right, little bits?
Yeah. Ninja, you're fired.
Yeah, nobody can accuse you of being too much on the ball, huh?
But we're ninja bays, huh? Doesn't even pay attention to our profile pictures.
You ain't anyone's
Rude.
fucking base. Let's just get that out here first and foremost.
Yeah.
Me and Little Boots are not anybody's bays, not anybody's bitches, not anybody's fucking anything. We kind of do everything by the beat of our own fucking drum. You know, that's why not everybody fucking likes what it is that we've got to say and do. But that's just the way it is. But then we definitely are not out here fucking being ninja bays, put it that way.
You're like sisters now. You know how they say like sisters in Christ, we're sisters in death.
Yeah, right. I'm your 9,000-year-old sister.
Whoop. Oh, fucker. I clicked the whole thing. Hold on. I opened a tab. Oops.
It's probably because you fucking overfed them.
Their addict is distasteful, and profiting from that leverage is even more disheartening. My only aim is to have open discourse, and I welcome thoughts and opinions.
All right.
I think you just sit under it and like just let it all go down in the gullet. Like just hold the tap down and gargle.
What a mess.
Oh yeah. She's a fucking lot. I mean, it didn't really need to. Like a lot of us know about that garlic bread and all that fucked up shit and the love triangle of all that with Jessica Mesker and her being like, oh, bonus daughter and him promised her an engagement ring and all of that, right? But all this stuff, this nastier stuff, I definitely wasn't aware of. Like I only
I'd
recently heard
forgotten.
about her being her grandpa, but knowing that she's like what? She's got 6 other arrests, and some of them are one of them is for battery. For fucking battery.
Yeah, my thing is like people like she put all those roadblocks in her own way. You don't get like a pat on the back for then removing those roadblocks or getting over them finally if you fucking put them there. Like it's just ugh.
She's a fucking mess. And I feel like she's not going to get any better, is she? In the sense of like she's one of these that's just going to get worse and worse and worse, more and more entitled.
Mhm. Yeah, well she's still exhibiting that same like addict thinking, that same addict behavior. That's you're not sober if you're exhibiting the same if you're doing the same things that you did to get you there. You're overreacting to situations, you're blowing things out of proportion, you're being a goddamn hippo.
Well, yeah, she looks like a fucking bunny boiler. I mean, look at the unhinged eyes.
Yeah.
She's fucking obsessed. She must be obsessed with anything and everything. So whether you're a man, whether it's the content you watch, whatever it fucking is, she's like on the edge of her seat, fucking boggled-eyed at it. You know, this bitch is like crazy for sure.
Such a mess.
I still can't believe the shit she said about her grandpa. Like, I forgive you. Like, fucking, like, seriously, that boiled my blood. Like, we can beat their fucking grandfather, when they're suffering from fucking Alzheimer's or not suffering from Alzheimer's, even. And then be like, oh, I forgive you. What the fuck? Like,
that
takes some doing to gaslight yourself on that level about it.
That is not the way someone in recovery thinks about situations. That is
No, because
not
you're
the way
shown
at
to
all.
be accountable. You're shown to be accountable. And the apologies, you give the apologies when you're in recovery, You don't go out there asking for apologies from others, especially those people that have passed away and that you fucking beat into submission.
Yeah. So we're talking about Yo Mama earlier, and we have that like song you made about
Yeah,
YTR
I put
losing
it
the
on the
reaction.
team for us.
Should we have a little breaky break with that?
I think so. Let's have a little
Share
palate
that
cleanser.
tab.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Your Mama shared this.
I even left him a comment, and I've never left a comment under any of his shit so far. And I was like, yeah, all right, sort of thing. This is funny as fuck. This is the funniest one you've done, I think I put.
All right.
You are what you are. You are a Miss Fucking Wonderful review channel. That's it. Quit calling yourself a reviewer. You are my bitch.
I don't really call myself anything, really.
You can call yourself my bitch. You're my bitch.
Okay, whatever, Katie.
You watch Reject's fucking face in this. Like, she squirms as Katie was talking to her.
As crazy as both these bitches might be, as blasted as MMFW might be, look at their eyes. Look how sane they look compared to fucking Breezy's.
Well, yeah, compared to Breezy, I mean, fucking hell. Yeah,
compared to Breezy. But still, if you were to pick one as the fucking psycho, you
yeah,
would
but
pick
YouTube
Breezy
Reject is like a little girl, and her whole body language, she's
This is
squirming
hilarious.
around. It's beautiful
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah. And then Emma, she gets off, and Emma goes like, I can't believe I almost like hurt her. Like I couldn't say anything mean to her. She's too soft. It's hilarious. You're too kind, MFW.
You can tell she's a weak bitch.
YTR is weaker. She's weaker than you are not me. The panel that she went through makes her weaker in your eyes. Oh no, I said too much. I haven't said it all. That's me in the corner. That's me in the top right. Posture out of position. Trying to keep up with you. And I don't think that I could do it. Oh no, I've said too much. I haven't said it all. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you think. I think I thought I saw you try. Every whisper, every waking hour, I'm choosing my confession. Trying to keep an eye on you. Like a broke, lost, and blinded fool. Oh no, I've said too much. Haven't said enough. Consider this. But if you couldn't see, consider this.
So YTR was definitely like breaking. You see her like mouth quiver a few times, and that's why she went to smiling. Because if she wasn't smiling, she'd be fucking crying.
She also looks like a scared little crow.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's sitting there like trembling, like squirming in her own body language. You can see her arms are like fucking shifting, like her whole, she's shrinking within herself because she's weak. She likes to talk big.
Mm-hmm.
Why they camera me? Hell, what if all these fantasies came crashing down? Now I've said too much. I thought that I seen you laughing. I thought that I seen you
Let's not play the whole thing so you can go watch the rest over at his channel. They get the taste of it.
All right.
It goes on
Yeah,
too
look
long.
at that face.
Because it was only meant to be an intermission. We're not playing it out.
A+ song. I linked it. Please make sure y'all give him the view and a thumbs up because that was awesome.
All right. I think it was one of his better ones, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to have another look at something else of hers, or?
Yeah, let me see what we had for those short videos. Oh, I should have left that tab open. Oh well. Hold on. Let's watch Breezy twerk real quick, and then we'll watch. Then we have that like 30-minute
I
vid.
threw that in there just for a bit of flavor.
Yeah, let's watch these little short ones, and then we have a 30-minute vid about her, and then I think that would probably be a good amount of time. Oop. Again, how old is this woman? Why is she
in the bathroom in her pink gym jams, twerking like a 14-year-old fucking girl on like social media? I don't know. And she's got a little girl fucking in the next room that she should be fucking concentrating on rather than doing this shit. Who's this for? Is this for your next garlic bread, is it? Who's it for?
like this woman clearly has no like real friends like in life.
Clearly she's fucking mentally stunted.
Hi, members only. I decided to let you guys in on the weird side of Breezy. So while the rest of the world is watching the Super Bowl, I am getting ready to go out with baby daddy in a little while. And
is her foot on the toilet?
I have a
Wait, she's getting ready to go out with baby daddy in a little while. Yet you're twerking on social media like a fucking 2-bit hoe.
Okay. You're in your pajamas. Where are you going like that?
Daddy knows this is what you do when like you're meant to be looking after the kid. Does baby daddy know that? Like this is how you spend your fucking time whilst they're like sat in front of the television set.
The way my spine is fused, I have the worst palms twerking, but this is how I'm spending my time lately. Okay, I'm doing it in Iggy's voice. We're gonna work. Oh, am I doing it? No, I'm not, huh? No. I'm so weird. Why do you guys hang out with me? So yes, I am a mom, but I'm also a person, and I just like to have fun, and I'm weird. Welcome to my life.
Oh, that old chestnut little boots. I'm also a person. I'm a mum, yes, but I'm also a person. I'm a mum, but I can also be a whore on the internet. Is that how I translate that? How do you translate it? Because that's how, like, only women that act that way have to say that shit. I'm just saying, like, normal fucking women don't have to say that disclaimer. I may be a mum, but I'm also a human, or I'm also a person, whilst they're shaking their tits and ass on the internet. You know, because most women aren't fucking acting like that by the time that they've fucking had children.
Right. My thing was why do you guys hang out with me? I'm so weird.
Yeah, if I do.
Oh, people that do that, like this is, oh my God.
It's not a fucking
There's too many of these bitches around.
That's the other thing. When people when bitches say that, it kind of irritates me. It's like, especially when you're in your fucking 30s, you got a child, you're meant to be a role model to your child and whatnot, and you're out here looking like a fucking full-grown ass, making a tit of yourself, and your daughter, your child will fucking grow up and find all this shit. And you've not got the excuse of being a fucking teenager acting like an ass on the internet. This is when you was a fucking grown-up in your fucking mid-30s, while she was meant to be looking after such daughter. And she will be able to make the timeline out on it. Don't worry. And she'll be like, oh, that's what my mum was busy doing whilst I was fucking being neglected.
It's so weird. All right, let's see what this one is. 30 seconds.
I'm not hiding from anything. I say the truth about what happened in my life, and I never run and hide. I never lie. But I had developed a pretty bad habit. So I remember I had to go serve my sentence. I had to call out for work. I said somebody died in my family, which is horrible. Don't ever do that. I did that. So I'm not hiding from anything. I say the truth about what happened in my life, and I never run and hide. I never lie.
A lie detector determined
No,
that was
is
a lie.
she 40? Oh my God, that kind of makes it worse. Well, it doesn't, because either way, my mentality applies, right? If you've got to the stage or you're having children, I don't care if you're 25 or 45. If you're like, you're meant to be a role model to your child now, it's like, stop your messiness. Like, you've lost that luxury, I'm going to say. Once you have children, take a little bit of responsibility for the fact is that you're going to look like a real fucking mess to your child if they find that shit. So maybe don't do it. So regardless of whether she's 40, 35, 25, the fact is that she's out there doing that is just messy as fuck.
Yeah. So this is a video from a channel called Just Breezin Today. And it says, has GorlWorld had enough of Breezin Today? And this one's a little
Just
newer.
recently, quite a lot of content, like quite funny stuff as well. I looked at a few of their things.
This was 3 months ago. Oh, sorry, guys.
So much. I'm a hot mess right now. I have a planet growing on my nose, and the more I mess with it and try and put stuff on, I can't do this, you guys. This hair is not going to work for me. I can't.
Like a
I
teenager.
can't give up the control. Like,
Yeah.
I can't.
Pimples in my hair.
This, it's not, she's
You
not
come
okay.
on camera, like you got no substance about you, and the first thing is you're worrying about the pimple on your nose and your hair and this and that, and like faffing about yourself because that's all you care about is yourself, and it comes through.
And you can tell she's uncomfortable, and that makes me feel uncomfortable because I'm like, why do you have this camera on if you're just like this, like you're not.
She's fake as fuck because it makes you feel uncomfortable because there's nothing real about it. There's not a genuine element about her.
Her teeth freak me out. Anyone else?
I'm trying to deal with it. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you, GorlWorld Bizarre. Thank you.
Bitches like this, like you can tell that they've fucking had their ass wiped or something their entire life because they haven't had an actual real fucking problem. You know?
Oh, yeah.
You can't cope with a pimple on your nose and your hair out of place. Fuck off.
Those teeth weren't like that when she started, I'll tell you that. For sure. she's yeah.
Yo, I'm feeling like a hot mess right now. Like, it was just a weird day for me. Like, I don't know. It was just a weird day, and I feel very unorganized and like chaotic right now, which is kind of like a weird feeling for me. So, but thank you.
Any more than she's done so herself, Olive. Well, you know.
Was the title of this stream, let me talk about my fifis? Why are there other
fucking beating?
There are other adult women in this chat listening to this. What the fuck?
What is wrong with her? Look, why is she like this? Look at her face. Look at it.
She's not well. She's not. You can tell the way she holds her hands, the way her eye, like she's not well.
like
this is not a normal functioning human.
That's quite good, though.
Ugh. And then complaining about her hair, bitch. You're the one that cut it short. It's harder to style short hair. You chose this. Again, a choice you made. Quit complaining about your own choices. My God.
I feel like a bit out of whack right now. I don't know what's going on, but everything just seems so like unorganized to me right now. I don't know how to explain it. Like mentally, like my mental health is fine. Like I'm okay, so nobody worry about me like in that aspect. But I don't know. I don't know if there's something.
She says so many words without actually saying a damn thing.
I'm just saying, it's like crazy people are usually the last people to know that they're fucking crazy. So, little miss, I'm perfectly fine. I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on in my head right now. Oh, but my mental health is fine. Yeah, because crazy doesn't know that it's
disorganized. But don't worry about me, guys.
Sometimes I get like weird feelings and get kind of chaotic, and something ends up happening, like an important or major. So I don't know if there's like a change happening in my life that's about to happen. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like a very chaotic energy. It's very odd.
That'd be your own energy, bitch.
Either control your own life or fucking don't. Jeez. Like, oh my God. I can't believe some of these people are older than me.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I got strong advice to not react, and I don't want to jeopardize anything, so we won't be reacting to Foodie Beauty for the foreseeable future. Probably not ever again. I'm excited for new changes. I'm excited to not have to fight with people. Katie, you say I don't know who you are. Watched you turn into a mean drunk. I hope you're listening long and hard here. I never said I wanted to fight you. I want to have a fight with her?
Oh my God.
Oh no. Oh no.
Do you see the lies that come just out of nowhere? Oh, we can't keep giving her excuses because she's drunk, and don't poke Katie because she's drunk. She's gonna do something bad because she's drunk. Maybe she needs consequences for her threats and her actions. I think I'm gonna be calling the police right now. Should I put you guys on hold?
Just Breezin Today. What did she say? Hi, Breezers! Hi, Breezers! Embrace the positive. Embrace the positivity, you guys. I don't know. I just can't do that.
Yeah, because you're normal.
I'm kind of like a gossipy, negative kind of person sometimes. I try to keep it positive, but I'm not one of those positive. You know what I mean? I just see that as fake. Not saying that she's fake, but
everything rolled into one.
I've never had a problem with Alex's shit because, in all honesty, out of all the reaction channels, he does give genuine reactions, like Gigi. You know what I mean? It's not all fucking hateful or whatnot. There's criticism to be had, then sure, he'll deliver it, but he's not there for just that or something. And also, he has called out other reactors and members of the community, which I kind of appreciate from him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
One, anything you could buy. Bert and Ernie sweater. I got them to go with my Bert and Ernie sweater. $39. I'd be so happy. Grow long. What's a shatter bob haircut? That sounds like a drug. A shatter bob?
That's your go-to fucking in your mentality.
I want to ask you because I always ask you because I have no one else to ask because people are on YouTube just like I am, and the people that I know don't know about.
That ex-girlfriend.
Why is this girl again posting pictures of her private life? It's worrying, repulsive, disgusting. But that she herself doesn't feel pathetic, that's what surprises me. Peace, everyone.
Because she's better than Foodie.
When Chantal lost her channel last March, briefly, during Chantal Gate, she lost her mind. She got super upset because this is how I feed my kids. It's amazing how somebody could admit, Chantal, you're how I feed my kids, but yet you make content about her like she's a dog. Anyway, so she just has a history of just being oversensitive. And this is also the woman, if you guys remember, who she did a GoFundMe. I heard Dill Pickle again. This is all hearsay. I need to go back and look, and I didn't have time to research this one. I heard she did GoFundMe because she wanted to. Was she the one who wanted to take her kid to Disney? I don't know. But this is also the girl who was GorlWorld's online girlfriend, right? And listen, whatever. I don't even care about all that. You want to have an online relationship with people, do what you want to do. It's fine. But it became an issue because she got her child heavily involved, and then she told GorlWorld she was going to be your bonus daughter. Hadn't met the dude yet. They were going to get engaged. He was buying her groceries, and it just became fascinating to me because listen, do you if you want to have online engagements, that's great. But you can't be a Chantal reaction channel and act a fool like this and then be surprised that people call you on it. A lot of people were talking about her. You just can't handle the fact that we also talk about you because you have what I call Foodie Beauty reaction channelitis. You just like it's me at times. You want to run around, running that mouth, say whatever the hell you want to say about people. Then as soon as one person responds, you're like, I don't understand. I'm supposed to be immune to this stuff because I react to Chantal. No, sweetheart, you are Chantal, the two of you.
Oh, the only one in GorlWorld that's fatter and weirder looking than you?
Huh?
Gigi got it right. He's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen this time and time again. Gigi's seen it time and time. Like we know this is what these fucking reactor channels do, and it is a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I know the term projection gets overused, but it is legitimately that, you know, because they're all fucking deflecting from their own fucking issues, and as long as they're not Chantal, they're perfect, right?
Hashtag Foodie Beauty is ALR. Woman, we can see you.
Why? Like, look at you laughing at that tweet. Amberlynn Reed has done absolutely nothing to you or participated in this conversation. Like, you have a young daughter. What are you going to do if your daughter grows up and has an eating addiction? Are you going to think this is funny when somebody were to say, you know what, the only one bigger than you is just Breezin's daughter? Or are you going to get offended by that? Come on. Have a little
See you next Tuesday.
You guys can hear her, right? That sweet fake voice.
So she basically in the clip is talking about, I don't know if she's talking about reactors, trolls, or both, but she's saying everybody is like uglier than her, fatter than her. Where?
Hey, Capola Bear.
Who? Where? Foodie? Meek said, you know, I'm not.
Like, you're a mean girl, Jasper. You know that, right? And you're not the only one, but just you're a mean girl. Like, just because Chantal says that,
they're all mean girls. These are all like rejects from like high school, middle school. They wish they were mean girls. They probably got bullied.
Yeah, they wish
and
they
now they
sat at
have
the
a
top of the
chance
lunch
to be the
table.
bully. That's it.
Yeah. They feel like, the shoe is on the other foot now, and they get to fucking kick people with it.
Attention on them time. They're better than somebody. Tell the world about it. They
Kicking
want praise
cats,
for it.
kicking grandpas.
Deposit your gold stars at the altar.
you don't have to go on a tirade and remind everybody how big Chantal is and then throw Amber into it. Like, you're a mean girl. Yeah, that was gross. I hope you're proud of yourself. Just Breezin, that was pretty disgusting, but what else is new? Anyway, however, if I were caught literally getting ready to have my daughter call a man daddy before meeting him, if I were ready to move in with somebody after 2 weeks who I didn't know, and I was getting ready to literally put my daughter in a situation that I wasn't even sure was safe, I probably would be making much nicer content and being a little more understanding about Chantal and what she's saying, instead of doing what just Breezy just did, which was twist what Chantal said to make it look like something Chantal. Listen, Chantal's getting on my nerves. Don't get me wrong. She ran around this platform talking shit about me like 2 months ago. It's the nature of the game. It's the nature of the game. But at the end of the day, it's just, she's not perfect, but she's just responding to people. Like, you don't have a leg to stand on, JB. You have no leg to stand on. What you did a couple months ago was way worse than Chantal calling other reaction channels fat. So I ask you, okay, to really think about the message you're putting out there, knowing you have a young girl, a young daughter at home, knowing how women, especially teenage girls, as they get older, struggle with body issues. It's something she's gonna have to deal with when she goes to school. And if she discovers your channel and sees shit like this on your channel, what do you think she's gonna do? She's gonna normalize behavior like this, and she's gonna think it's normal. You know what she's gonna do to the big girl in class? She's gonna treat the big girl in class the way mommy treats Foodie Beauty. Have a little tact.
Public intoxication, which is to be expected.
What Gigi's saying is no different to what I was saying about being a role model, and that one day all this shit is going to bite her in the ass, that it's all fucking on the internet, and her daughter will fucking put 2 and 2 together on the timeline even. Right? Like, it's not hard to see from YouTube videos how many years ago they were made, and she can calculate, oh, well, I was this age, and my mum was acting like this, acting a fucking fool on the internet.
Well, even like, what kind of behavior is she gonna learn from that?
Yeah,
you know?
That's exactly what Gigi was saying, like what she's representing, that's okay, that's permitted. You pick people apart like that when they've got issues or whatnot. Well, let's hope that her daughter also treats her with the same kindness when she learns that her mother was like a fucking full-on fucking messy drunk and has got all these criminal records and all kinds of fucking arrests or whatever it fucking is for her behavior. Because then there'll be no excuse for that, right?
Yeah. So here's some of those arrests.
From a drunk, right? But the vandalism of over $5,000, like, also there is quite a bit of battery, isn't there? That's a lot. That's a violent charge.
Just Breezin is under a lot of controversy, as you can tell. Now, you would think that you would kind of chill, settle down, move to the side, let things happen, go on about her life, do some celebrity videos. She didn't do that. After all the controversy that come out about her, she's still back to shitting on Foodie Beauty. I don't understand what's going on. Here is Foodie Beauty doing something positive, and here is Just Breezin looking for clout. How pathetic is that? Especially under the circumstances and the shit that's going on with you. With your arrest record, your DUIs, and you made this fucking video about your your pop's Mustang. This shit is hilarious. Roll it.
Or you could give it to me, and that would inspire me to go get my license again. I just need to take my written test. So I got cleared because I haven't had any seizures in forever. So
wait a minute. I wanted to go there. I wanted to go there. Claims that she got her license taken away. Get this. Because of seizures. Is that what you call DUIs now? Yeah. Yeah, I got my license taken away because of seizures. That's
and that would inspire me to go get my license again. I just need to take my written test. So I got cleared because I haven't had any seizures in forever. So
you got cleared because you got cleared because you haven't had any seizures. Do you hear yourself? You wanted a dog on Foodie Beauty today. You wanted to make a video telling your audience that the reason why you don't have your driver's license is because of seizures. Not because of the multiple DUIs. Being honest. Isn't this what recovery is all about? Is being honest? You want to lie to your audience and talk about seizures? Where in California do they go, oh, you had too many seizures, we got to take your license? Where? What? You have DUIs. That's why your license got taken.
When my chihuahua was a baby, she used to try and pick fights with my bigger dogs.
Watch that.
She would snap, bark, and nip in a desperate attempt to get their attention. When my other dogs would snap back in her general direction, she would immediately recoil in horror and feign indignation, running to the safety of my arms to warn me of unruly behavior. No matter how many times I tried to stop her, she insisted on going back. Eventually, though, she learned her lesson. I am not sure the same can be said of our subject. A creator who likes to provoke other creators through incessant content, and in some cases direct interaction, and then retreat to the safety of her platforms when they fight back, bolstering her audience into action to fight on her behalf. And I used to be a member of that audience, going to battle for her. If you're here, you're probably familiar with Just Breezin Today. But if not, I will give you a brief summary. Just Breezin Today is a reactor who styles herself as a positive, breezy person, hence the handle. She started gaining attention in early 2022 with videos that approached Foodie from a recovery standpoint, as Just Breezin, by her own admission, is in long-term recovery from alcoholism. In the beginning, her approach set her apart from the brash commentary/reaction community, as she could remain critical without being mean. This approach landed her a loyal fanbase. However, by late spring/early summer, cracks would begin to surface when her commentary took on a decidedly more critical tone. I was drawn to her channel due to her sunny nature and perceived kindness. It felt like a safe community where people of similar outlooks and experiences could gather together and feel welcomed. She wasn't there to condemn, but to give nurturing feedback. Her commitment to sobriety was commendable, and many praised her for fighting for the sober life. After a while, though, certain patterns began to emerge. Despite having a positive outlook, her comment sections were rife with hostile and negative comments, most of which were hearted by Breezy. The only problem was, this was in direct contrast with the positive image she was projecting to her channel, as was her content. Her high-pitched and pleasant voice has been frequently mocked by Foodie, who has often pondered how Just Breezin Today could constantly maintain the projection of happiness and positivity while operating a channel that existed almost solely to criticize.
Well, that's a fair point.
you guys,
So hateful and so positive all at once, unless the positivity is fucking fake, right? That's how.
posted my daughter's
if your character or your trait is to be overly a positive person or to see the best in others, because if that's what you want people to see the best in you, even though you fucked up in the past, then you have to dish it out in the same way. Otherwise, if it's only reserved for certain people, or if it only pertains to you, then it means that it's fucking all bullshit, right? Because it means that you're like, oh, again, it just has to be the right person, right? The right person that you fucking hate. Little bits.
I did it again, you guys. I was muted.
Yeah, I was like, are you going to play the thing? Because I didn't even know you was talking because you was muted.
Well, and it like yells at you. It throws a little thing up that says your mic's muted. Thank you for telling me, StreamYards. Jeez. I don't even remember what I said about
I thought
Breezy,
you
but
did it on purpose because I went to go get a glass of water and I came back and you was muted also, and I thought, oh, you must have done the same.
no, I was just mute because I was drinking something. And my cat was poking me.
It's fine. Whatever. I was talking anyway. It's only a little bit.
No, I'm just a dum-dum. That's all. When in
It
doubt,
happens
I'm
to the
just a
best of us.
stick.
Even like you can see, even occasionally to Gigi or Belinda, you could be streaming for fucking years and it still happens. Do you know what I mean? Just one of those things. You mute
Yeah, but it
yourself and
didn't
don't
happen
realize.
until today.
Now you see how it can, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Nickname, and you're like, oh, it's not even a real name. It's not a real name. And your stupid little laugh. There's more to it. Like, my daughter's related to somebody important. Like, people don't need to know her nickname. And you, as a parent who kept showing her nickname on the screen, you're creepy as fuck, dude. You know, I'm so lucky. Like,
Oh,
this
wait,
family is so supportive.
This is
Look
her.
at her there. Look at her there. Right? Now, if you want to know something, you see that? That
That bitch
is
is
what the
definitely 40.
thumbnail is made of. Exactly that I took from that picture, that thumbnail where she was wearing that. That is in the owl picture.
Oh my god.
That's the one I used. She looked
I'm
very owly there.
scared. Mom who has recovered from addiction. Boy, do you hear them? Be nice. There's a standoff happening right next to me. Hey! Anyway.
Of me. I just heard her name. Please don't be weird and go Google things. You're creepy. What if somebody did that to you and your family? People remember like a certain parent being like the most important thing in the world to them being young, and it was always my grandpa. He was a very calm man, but he would go 0 to 100 and have a horrible temper.
The one you pushed?
Like, I made a horrible reaction, keyword reaction, that I wouldn't have made if I was sober. So I just wanted him to not hit me, and I was pushing him away.
That had a
and
wait. So your condition, right? Your fucking alcoholism is a full-on excuse for you coming to this instance, but that poor man, that poor elderly man, having the debilitating fucking condition that alters the chemicals of the brain and can make them overly aggressive, has no excuse. You know, you forgive him. Fuck off. Oh my god, I don't even wanna.
Like, again, addiction is a disease, but these roadblocks are self-inflicted. Self-inflicted bullshit.
The fact
As
that she's
opposed
excusing herself is where it's boiling my blood again, because it's like, oh, well, you know, I was an alcoholic, you know, but my grandfather would go from 0 to 100. Any mention of his Alzheimer's? Any mention of his age? Any mention of what that condition does to the person's brain and mood swings? Like I said already, I explained it. Anybody that doesn't know, go look it up. It can change the entire personality of a person bit by fucking bit till they're totally unrecognizable. And they do and say things that they would never have done without that condition. Right? Now, if that isn't a fucking excuse, I don't know what is. But her alcoholism seems to be an excuse for her behaviors, nonetheless. Fucking hell.
That's it. That's all. There's no beating anybody up. I did get arrested for it, but was I supposed to like say, hey, my grandpa was hitting me, send him to jail? Was I supposed to do that? Or do I be a big girl and say, take me? Yeah, I fucked up. I reacted terribly. There was no beating anybody up, you guys. My grandpa came to court and apologized in front of the whole court. We apologized to each other. It was a whole thing. The damn judge cried. Like, my family all showed up.
Maybe your grandfather not only apologized in court because he knew he had to go home with your fucking angry ass, and he didn't want another double dose, right? So maybe that man was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry too for my part in it, because he knows that the situation is that he was in your hands, your care.
You don't think the judge could have been crying, Breezy, because what you did was so fucked up?
And also with his condition, let's also remember this. He may not have even been aware of what it is that he fucking did. And you may have made him feel like he was the one at fucking fault. And I'm sure you fucking did. You brainwashed the whole situation and used it to your own, like, well, you did this first, and therefore that's why. And made it fucking, you made him feel guilty at that moment in time. I bet you. Because I'm sure he didn't have the fucking awareness to know what it is that he'd done.
No, but I bet they guilted him enough to get him to apologize.
Oh, she's actually making me fucking feel sick to the stomach. Like,
yeah, she's...
Bitch, I hope that you fucking reap what you sow. Because, you know, like, there could be a fucking genetic tie that you may one day suffer with the same fucking thing that your grandfather did. Let's hope that your fucking daughter, after watching your twerking fucking actions on the internet, doesn't shove your ass or put you in a fucking old people's home where it gets shoved or something. Let's hope you don't get your just desserts, right?
Do you think if I was an elder abuser or I truly was going around harming people, I would have the love and support of my family or my friends or the subscribers who know me on here? And I shouldn't have been drinking that day. We can't keep giving her excuses because she's drunk, and don't poke Katie because she's drunk.
Ho, ho, ho. All right.
She's going to do something bad because she's drunk. Maybe she needs consequences for her threats and her actions. Yeah, I was drunk. Doesn't count as a get out of jail free card. If I wasn't drinking, I probably would have.
Does for you.
Breezy, you are such a goddamn
You're
hippo.
a fucking piece of work. You are. You're a manipulative, fucking evil, vile little cunt. And I see right through you. You're disgusting.
Used my fucking brain and my legs and walked out the door and not went back for a few days or until the next day when things calmed down. But I didn't that day. Maybe we should panel up, Jessica. I mean, we should talk. I have a lot to say. I have a lot of questions to ask. What did I do to you other than defend myself after you've made video after
Defend myself? They're always such a victim. That is not the only approach to any situation. Why?
And defending
These
yourself,
people.
right? There is no defense. You have no fucking physical, verbal, anything that you could say in your defense that would make it okay to fucking lash out at your grandfather, even if he was lashing out at you. There's a way that you can restrain a person. He's elderly, for fuck's sake. I'm not sure that you're aware, but like the fucking bones get real brittle after like 70 odd fucking years, let's say. Each 10 years they get thinner and thinner. You know, it's not going to take a lot for a woman in the fucking mid-30s or however old you was at the time to restrain an elderly fucking gentleman. You didn't need to fucking lash back out at him. You did that because you was either fucking drunk or because that's your character.
Or both.
Yeah, a bit of both. Well, your character come out, you know, in that moment because you was inebriated, whatever it fucking is. But either way, there's no excuse for it. And you trying to play it off as some form of defense, like you was fucking tackled down an alleyway by a group of fucking gangsters or some shit. What are you fucking talking about, you crazy old bitch? This is one old man, you know, one guy. You couldn't have stepped away from the situation. You could have backed off. You couldn't have restrained him. You could have done anything else but fucking hit back, right? That was the only solution.
Video after video about me. How can Jessica panel up if she's blocked? She can reach out to me through email and let me know if she would like to. I'm not paneling with her right now. I have to go. I have stuff to do unlike her. So she can reach out to me privately. And I will let her know when I'm available to do so. It's not going to be...
I'm like, I'll believe you up until a point, but I'm not sure if she's fully at the pasture yet. You know what I mean? Like there could be other stuff. Just wait.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I appreciate you want to see the best in people and that they've progressed and she's not as messy as she once was or whatnot. Cool. But yeah, let's just see if they can sustain it, let's say.
You and Jessica is because I'm not available at all times of the day. I have shit going on. She could defend herself. She can reach out to me privately. A normal conversation. And that's that. All right, you guys. Bye. Thank you. Bye, you guys.
But with Breezin, since the thing with garlic bread and all the attention she got through that, whether the attention be good and sympathetic, whether it be attention that's been, whether you were really silly to think that a man you've never met was engaged to you, and allowing your daughter, allowing him to have access.
This is that old lady.
She looks like the preacher guy from Poltergeist too.
This is Colin.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I love that old people are like always so like dressed to the nines.
She does though. I swear to God, if
You
you
know?
look up anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, go look up the preacher guy from Poltergeist 2. And I'm telling you, it's uncanny.
Access to your daughter too, via the internet. Really strange, saying that he was going to be her new daddy, his bonus daughter, if you like, and disrespectful to her daughter's partner. But she's been doing more and more, and she's becoming more and more vocal about what goes on in her life, about what has gone on in her life, about her addictions, about how she's been.
How weird it looks.
Well, I guess it's brought to light by the farms that she was sentenced to jail because of hurting her grandfather, pushing him. So it must be some push into jail for it.
She looks like that.
I don't
Talks like that. Like she's talking through dentures, right? Because I'm even struggling with her fucking accent.
Could be. I'm just watching her neck look all like that.
Are you struggling understanding what she's saying? Because it's all like
Yeah, I'm watching her neck move.
Good, it's not just me. I'm not just stoned.
And driving under the influence convictions also. So rather than let them die down and, just let them die down of their own accord, she's been proselytizing on it and making a lot of videos, a lot of talk, initiating a lot of chats about her journey. Just Breezin is introducing everybody now to her baby daddy. In other words, her daughter's father.
I can't understand it. Can we skip past her? Because I don't even know what's being. All I can hear is
something about the baby daddy. What the?
I'm not understanding what her gripe is. What she's got to say. Well, I need subtitles even with this English bitch. It's too much.
Why are all people like this? Yo, you cannot look at this face and not think it is the same fucking thing. She's worse than Amber.
Like 3 peas in a pod. Look at it. Put a fucking pea pod around the fat faces. Look.
People really don't I cannot believe any of you. The foodie hate is that much you will follow this fucking flabby frog of a human in a tracksuit? Are you joking?
Like, I know people still bring up the fact that, I never waited and deleted my channel. That should be criticized. It is what it is. I had to take that.
Huh?
I think her time's coming in as well, right? I think we're going to have to fucking cover French Fried Girl pretty soon.
Oh.
I think we're going to have to, because it's been a while since anybody been fucking put the spotlight on her, and she's still out there just being messy and nasty.
Everyone's just chill. No.
I did it to myself. I got ahead of myself and fucked up. But I'm at peace with that. So that's why when people bring that up, it's like, go ahead, bring that up. That means you ain't got nothing else? Okay, perfect. Perfect, bring it up. Bring it up. We got people beating up elderly and shit. Bring that up, please. And I've said this a few.
She like waddles even just sitting in her chair.
Shaking her flav all over the place in her
Like she's like a weeble wobble. Watch
Yeah.
what? Oh God! We'll
Oh,
watch
look at
it. We'll watch
that.
it
Oh
down.
no.
She's like a weeble wobble. Look at her. She's ooh, why is she moving like?
She crazy.
What? Oh man, it's like she leaned one way and then the momentum just kept moving her.
A weeble wobbles, but it doesn't fall down. Yo, love.
I didn't kill an elderly person. I didn't beat up on an elderly person. And I gave a push, and that's it, you guys.
Why was that so funny when she said that? It shouldn't have been that funny, but it was.
You pushed an
elderly
old
person.
guy because you're a drunk. No
Well,
excuses.
I'm sure you didn't. You sure as hell didn't fucking, help his last fucking bit of time on this planet, being an enjoyable one. I guess what you got in your favour there, Breezy, is that his memory was going right. He may not have remembered what a cunt you was.
I read it, Steph.
I wish it never happened. I wish I wasn't drinking. Please just remember to let them know, like,
she's 40.
Grandpa forgave you. Grandpa was sorry for his part.
Oh my fucking God. Sorry for his part.
Sure. That's that. That's what Dark Ninja would sound like when dentures in.
No, he would like spit him out of his mouth. He'd be like,
old ninja.
Oh man.
Like, I forgive you. We forgive you. We know who you are. Like,
Oh no. Why is it so creepy when she says that?
Oh my gosh, thumbnail woohoo. Hold on.
The breezy bunch.
Hey, Missy. How are you? Welcome. I guess we'll do the Bali Tea Reacts talk first. So it's wild, you guys. Like, all these people that I find that are in your mama's chat, like, ranting and raving about me or reacting to me, like, they have some shit.
Okay. Oh yeah, they're the crazy ones, ranting and raving about you. Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Sure. Play it off.
I was instantly taken aback that she somehow found a way to make this about her. She said, wow, Bali T's crazy. Guess what? Bali T talks about me, and wow, all the people that talk about me are bad people. But who has a record? Like, whose record is worse than Breezy's in GorlWorld? Other than Natural Shammy, whose rap sheet is worse than just Breezin's?
I don't know, even more.
Does she win? How many violent charges does Tragic Boy have? I don't even know. I don't even care that much to know.
Well,
But
she's got 6 charges, but I think 3 of those are DUIs. So, and we know that definitely one of them is through brutality, whereas
she's got
he's
2 batteries.
He's got a couple that we definitely know are violent. So I don't know. They could be the perfect couple. AK, you might want to watch out. She could be after your man.
Yeah, AK didn't live life on the edge long enough. She dated a cop too long.
More like, it's wild. And then
He's the one that can beat up old men at the moment, so he's in the market.
That came out where she said that she hated Jewish people. She said that, and she admitted to it. She said that it's because of the country that she grew up in and because of an experience. It's insane.
This is when I knew Breezy watches my video, because the only person that knows about Bali's experience is like from my channel, because of her email that she sent me.
It's not just an online friendship, right? If you're offering a restaurant to somebody, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't own a restaurant, but I have some really great friends that I've made it through
Who's Steve?
on my channel. And even though I adore them, I don't think I would just give a restaurant to them. Like, that seems a bit, I don't know. Jamie, the Bali chicken reaction, whatever her name is, I can't remember. I know it has to do with Bali chicken. And she,
I was saying, I think it's funny that she's like, it's more than a friendship if you're offering someone, a restaurant. But I was like, man, you offered a bonus child to someone you never even video chatted before.
Yeah, that's all I know. For me, like, it turns out their closets are even worse. Like, it's wild.
I don't think any reactions, though, closets, as you would say.
Video chat? What? Wait, so they literally did all their communication through what? Through YouTube? What did they communicate through? Because most things that you communicate through nowadays, right, have got the option to not just message, but call and video call, all of it, right? Most apps, right?
Yeah.
So what the fuck was you talking to that you wasn't, like, at least video calling and shit by that point? Like, he was talking about engagement and you're talking about, oh, here's your bonus daughter. Yet what? I mean, it was strange enough as it was, the whole dynamic, but the fact is that you hadn't even made it that far. What the
As a
fuck?
general rule, women's, can we not introduce our children to people we haven't even introduced our pussies to yet?
Yeah,
like, what the fuck? Lady, get out of here. Get out of here.
Like, there should be this rule, this unspoken rule, whether you're a single mother or a single father, whatever, you're a parent, right? Don't introduce your children, don't speak about your children, don't anything your children until you've been dating the person, like, properly for a minimum of 6 months, let's say. Just make that your golden fucking rule. How about that?
Yeah.
Breezy's closet. I think Breezy has the worst closet right now. For her to say these people's closets are worse than mine, I'd hard disagree. If she's referring to unwell Breezy reaction hate channels.
Yeah,
I think Bali is right. I think, like, Breezy's bread and butter is her clips, her, like, news report. Here's what just happened. Foodie Beauty clips. I think that is her bread and butter. When she does live streams, you find out more and more about her personality, which is the off-putting part. Like, her content, she makes good content, but once you factor in her personality, it's that's what's detracting, in my opinion.
So Your Mama's Chat definitely is like, he is just a magnet for, like, all the people who are screaming about everybody else's problems while theirs are, like, 1,000 times worse. And stuff always ends up coming out. Like, I sit back and watch, like, all these channels. Oh, look at Breezy's arrest. Look at what Breezy did. And it's like, oh, you were arrested a year ago? My arrest were like 10 years ago.
Why does she feel the need to do that? So let's say you've got a successful formula, you've got a ready-made fucking market, to do a Foodie Beauty reaction channel. Why feel the need to come on there and stream in your pajama tops and talk about your daughter and all your fucking... Why do that? Like, if you're not an in real life streamer, why are you bringing that all to the surface anyway?
For the attention.
Surely she doesn't make fuck all, like, out of those live streams, anyway. So what's the point in doing that? And people aren't there for that in real life content or whatnot. They're there to watch Foodie Beauty. Why are you bringing all your fucking mess into the sun like that and being like, oh, don't everyone look at it or talk about it though? What?
Sorry, my cats are still fighting. They're fighting over a box, so one can sit on the box, but only one can sit on the box. Clyde is still the winner, but Draco was on the box for a little bit.
You need to cut a hole in the box, like a little arch, so one can go under the box, like in it. And
oh no, that's too dangerous. They broke their cat tree the other day. They, like, literally, it's broken.
My cat did that with his scratching post last week. He broke the scratching post. I got to get a new one.
So now we're playing King of the Box.
That's Breezy talking about me. Your arrests were 10, 14 years ago for beating up your grandfather. I have a case that's about to get dropped, but that's okay.
Oh, you're currently suffering with an addiction problem while calling me a drunk?
You're currently suffering from an addiction problem while calling her drunk. I don't know who she's talking to, but ma'am, we are both in recovery. We are both recovering.
And I'm sober? Interesting. Like, it's just those things end up coming out.
Again, claiming people are using. Love that for her.
Yeah, so that's that. It's weird, and it's like every day we find, like, a new, I don't even know what to call it. It's like worse things come out, worse people appear. I will say the picture that she messaged me from and the name, oh, you're not very smart, because now I know your real name and what you really look like. Will I do anything with that?
Why did she even say that? So I also know, we've all seen Bali. She's on her channel. I also have Bali's full name. I think it's weird that she mentioned that. Like, wow, you're really dumb because now I have your name in your picture. It's giving doxer. It's giving maybe you sent out my mass docs to pretend that you received it.
But my best advice is, if you don't want people to talk about what you're doing online and your behavior, don't do it. If you don't want people,
Wow. Great advice.
you know what I mean? It's just weird. And definitely don't talk shit to somebody and go nuts on them from your real account. Like I said, like at this point, even though what you said saying that you hate Jewish
So, hold on.
people, that's evil and you're a horrible person. But at this moment, like I don't think you're very well, so I won't.
So Breezy said, if you want to be anti-Semitic, right? Or if you want to talk shit, on somebody, make sure you do it from a stock account. She literally just said, if you want to talk shit, don't do it on your real account. The advice, how about you just don't talk shit? Either say it with your chest or don't.
Just because I don't want it on my channel, and if you spiral, like I don't want that on me because you're not doing well. So I'm not reacting to it. Like you're safe in that aspect.
I think it's funny that she chose Bali not to react to, even though she's still kind of reacting to Bali. She's like reacting to Bali without talking about Bali. It's weird. She's reacting to her, but not. I don't know how to put it. But she said she doesn't want to bother people when they're spiraling. But like most of her content is bothering people while they're spiraling, like Shani and everything like that. Like it's just weird. I wonder if she's ever said, like, I wonder what she really has said and talked about with Bali before.
With Bali, like I don't even know who you are. Like I don't know why you would think that I'm gonna stop doing live streams because you asked me to, or because you demanded me to after that, or because you obsessively talked about it after that. Like, and
I love these bitches.
Like, you did
like they all think they're like turned into a fucking diva overnight. Mariah Carey. I don't know who she is. Therefore, it doesn't apply to you, right? It doesn't apply to you because this person is too much of a small YouTuber for them to come into your fucking... Fuck off. Like, if the criticism's valid, then it's valid. You know, you being so dismissive of it means that you want a fucking hug box. It means that regardless of whether it's another creator, whether it's an audience member, whoever it fucking is, you're saying some criticism, you're deflecting from that.
Mm-hmm. So, Breezy, if you went to the police over someone saying your daughter's nickname, what should someone do when they're threatening them with their whole first and last name, like you are?
No, Oliver, tell me that's not true. Tell me no. Not a certain person.
I thought you were a Malaysian doctor.
A big-headed
not the
fucking
story?
dumb motherfucker. Is that who? Or are we talking a much hairier one?
That's racist.
It's only those stupid ones that make those sort of accusations, so it must be one of them.
that people should talk about that. You have a reaction channel and you hate Jewish people? Shouldn't your audience know who they're subscribing to? So that's it. That's all. Those are my.
So the audacity of her to be like, Bali, you're anti-Semitic and you never told us. Your subscribers deserve to know who you are. Like, ma'am, how?
The hunch grows another degree, and every time you get kicked out of a place, he's almost at 90.
Yeah, another layer of fucking back humpy fat grows each time.
So I posted a picture of Niggs's hunch on Twitter, and somebody asked if it's moved because it looked like it moved, and I thought to myself, like, you think DC like rides him?
Ew. Ew. Ew.
How long did you hold back your criminal history from us? We would have never known about it unless you got doxxed. And I don't agree with doxing. But she's like literally like, Bali, you're hiding things while she hid mad shit.
The person we're going to talk about briefly next is going to be Breezy. Because Breezy is one of those said individuals that does not seem to be able to get anything right because she's absolutely void of any real knowledge. She's too caught up in talking about herself and her business, therefore making herself a lolcow. But hold on. Before you call the police on me, I just need you to slow it down. Whoa, ma'am. I need you to slow it down because I'm going to let you in the zone.
Right. She is, though. She's turned herself into one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't be a reaction channel out here putting all your own fucking mess to the surface, like I said, and expect people not to comment on it. This is what these motherfuckers, all of them, have got in common. All these weak-skinned motherfuckers that bring all their own shit to the surface and then whine about when the fucking tables are turned on them.
You put your business out there. You make this entertainment for everybody. You want us to sympathize with you as you do nothing but talk about yourself all day. I did what you do not do, as you represent the ignorance of creators with a lack of knowledge. And I post this because Garlic Bread back here, that's right, that's Garlic Bread, guys. In case you all didn't know who this is Garlic Bread. Garlic Bread back here, he was ignorant of the consequences that he could face by messing with your crazy ass. He even made up a whole individual to get away from you. He probably had to hire some Latina looking chick just to play Christina the Latina so that he could get out of that. and still fucked up in his life. He made up a whole trick to get away from you now. Then, your hypocrisy allows you to speak on people with active addictions and active issues, which you yourself, let's face it, Breezy, once in recovery, you're always in recovery. Every day is a fight. Every day is a battle to make sure that you can stay clean.
Exactly.
You don't replace your cleanliness with something else. You don't just do something else because it's the lesser of the two evils if you are absolutely trying to get clean. You're hypocritical. And then it brings us to your mama. I enjoy some things that your mama says and some things that he does. Annoying, laugh, I can take that, not a problem. But what really gets me is that he suffers from the same thing that you suffer from, Breezy, is a lack of fucking knowledge. You can excuse them away. And you are also a victim of using your YouTube channel for therapy. You're trying to use this channel for therapy. Either it's to try to help others with ill at giving advice, or you're trying to receive a nice little hug box, which you've proudly built around yourself, as your audience has no clue of what the hell they're talking about, and they're going to back you, give you high five, butt pats, and whatever else you need to make you feel warm and fuzzy.
She won't take criticism even from another creator, even that, like, you know, it's fairly fucking problematic when you're not even taking advice from your contemporaries that may see like you're going off course or whatnot. You know what I mean? Let alone your own audience.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everybody. I wasn't expecting to be doing any videoing today. I was actually working on stuff around the house and
Who's this?
was listening to things like I usually do while I'm working to keep my mind occupied, and ended up listening to a video where
I can't hear her. Hold on. Oh, it is normal. Girl, why is she so fast?
Just Breezin is issuing some pretty.
Why she got the streaks like Just Breezin at the front, little bits? Why she got
Because they don't understand.
Why she got that? Why?
Is a sign of mental instability. They did not go get their
Right,
hair
and she
done
got all
for
the
far too
flowers. Look at
long
the flowers in the
as a
back, look.
child. They
Flowers
now
and the
are
streaks.
they now are adults and can walk themselves into a salon, and they're like, "Give me the most drastic, stupid looking hair thing ever." It's fucking.
I mean, yeah, for some of them you could blame menopause or whatever, but with Just Breezin, I think it's just mental instability.
It's just I don't know why, but it's a type of woman who thinks this looks good. It like there's the kids that do it, and that's very different. But there's adults that like these ladies. I used to work at a hair salon, you guys. I used to be the receptionist. I've watched many of them walk in, and you can ping them. They don't even need to have this hair yet. I know you're gonna walk in and ask for it.
For something fucking that you shouldn't, yeah.
Is causing her harm in some sort of way. I'm coming at this again from the sobriety angle again because apparently this needs to be pointed out.
Yeah, but the underside did. The acute undercut pop of color is different than on your fucking forehead.
Yeah, it's these two little stringy, and in like the front part
Look,
of the
and
hair,
hers goes back
right?
farther too. It's the
Front
drastic
part
like
of the hair often gets greasy first, like we all know this as women, right? Because you end up pushing that bit away more, right? So the fact is, if you're going to make it blonde and make it look like two little strawy strings now, it's going to look always stringy. Like, why would you do that to yourself? It's just weird. What's the point as well? What's these two little blonde fucking strips of nothing meant to do?
And I'll tell you, every hairdresser hates this request because you're asking them to make it look like they did your hair so badly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not. It's a very clear lack of like and style and everything, and just
don't bother. Just go for one fucking. Just go. The better thing, like when women hit a certain age, just go for a natural tone hair color with no fucking like colors, no like streaks in it, no nothing, because then it's going to look more natural because you're already like eradicating the grey or whatever it is, right? By that point,
It's
don't
like,
try and be mutton dressed as lamb.
yeah, like you mostly see it in like it's like biker wives and stuff. Like that's kind of the look of it, or like kind of a lot lizardy kind of look. But then there's these like homely bitches that like want to emulate that, and it's so weird. It's weird.
Yeah, they're like one step away Karens or something, right?
Yeah, no, they're too quiet. They're too pansy to be a fucking Karen. they
What
wish
age?
they could be.
Look, I don't think you put an age on it, but if you start going grey, let's say, some people start going grey early, some people go grey a lot later. But I think if you're contending with like dyeing your roots for greyness, just keep it as a natural colour and stop fucking jizzing about with it with all different colours, because then you make it look too obvious that you dye your hair and everybody knows that you're old already. Whereas if you just dye it a natural colour as an older woman, then people are not quite sure. You know, and it's like they don't know if you're like one of those lucky ones that's retained pigment and not gone grey yet. Whereas if you put all fancy colours on your hair when you're kind of middle-aged or whatnot, yeah, you're kind of already signifying that you're doing that, and therefore the gig is up. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Old girl hadn't done it yet, or if she ain't got one, I don't know why she hadn't. She needs to get a sponsor, call her sponsor if she's got one, or she needs to hightail her booty to a meeting and sit down and address what it is that is causing her to have the behaviors that she's been exhibiting for the last several months. I pointed it out in the last video, the very first video that I made about her, where she is exhibiting selective representation of held resentment, depending upon whether or not that person holds any sort of benefit to having them around, which is not good. It's not good. Yes, I see you. Hello. Hang on, my babes. Resentment of any kind is dangerous for people that are in sobriety, that are truly in sobriety and working a program. And I've seen several instances where resentment has cropped up in her behavior and how she responds to things.
Why several? That's so defunct. The term several applies that you're covering many things. So the fact that you've said several is really fucking defunct. That's irritating.
What channel olive oil? The Salty Beach one or the one that we're watching?
She's making me brain dead.
Or
All
ours.
these old party fucking
I
women.
know, we're almost done. This cat is really cute. Look at his little thumbs.
Even the cat is not like, it can't compensate for my fucking lackluster enthusiasm here.
As somebody from the outside. Also, the most recent set of behaviors where we have the threats of, I'll put everybody's business out there, I'll make everybody.
He's got like a mask on. Look at him.
Uncomfortable just because I don't like what's being said about me, is also behaviors that are frowned upon, especially for people who are in recovery, because the whole point behind doing what we do is to not exhibit the behaviors and actions that we would have.
Yeah, we got it. Right,
so
stop.
as nice as I can
We covered this ground already. We get it. Like, stop. I don't need to hear this old bitch's opinion. We've pretty much stated all this. It's clear that somebody with addiction shouldn't be fucking not only attacking those that are suffering with an addiction, but also maybe like watching that kind of content. Right? I'm worn out with it.
Yeah, same.
Like, the fact is, like, that whole shit with her grandfather, like, that's truly despicable to me, you know, and the fact is that she shows little to no accountability for it. And she's still, even after this man's death, putting the blame on him because it's easier to do, right? Maybe you shouldn't have let all your fucking personal shit come to the internet. Should have thought about that.
Yeah, it's clear when people aren't like actually emulating the behaviors required to like continue with recovery. Like it's very apparent, or when they're not regretful or remorseful. Like it came off with Kaya and her situation. It's coming off to me in a very similar way with Breezy, with how she talks about it. You can tell she doesn't take ownership of it.
That's exactly it. The fact is, if you're sitting on a big fucking steaming turd of your own, and you're trying to point out the fucking stench of somebody else's shit, I say you got some fucking audacity, right?
Yeah. I didn't want that visual.
Anyway, I think we're done. We're going to be back on the weekend, guys. We're going to try and cram another one in for you all and not make you wait as long.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on this Just Beating deep dive with us. We appreciate you all.
Yeah, this was fun. We'll have to keep looking into her. Hopefully she doesn't do anything else stupid. Stupid idiot.
Well, I'm sure she will. I think it's pretty much fucking guaranteed with most of these bitches, you know what I mean? There's few that can sustain an actual change Like, that's why I was a little bit doubtful even with Jessica Mesker. I understand she's made changes, and I'm glad that she's taken heed and doing so. And I hope she does, like, as well, her, you know, because she's got quite a likable personality, that Jessica Mesker. You know what I mean? And at least she does own her own shit. Like, I've seen her.
I don't think I've watched enough to like be able to make a judgment,
No,
to be
but I do
honest.
know that she's aware of herself and her fuck ups. And well, look, with a name like Jessica Mesker, it means that you've got some self awareness that you are messy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Anyway, folks, gonna play you out with some music. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you all again on the weekend. Bye.
When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise. Say all the words out of my mind about who I'm supposed to be. I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away. They were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Maybe my compass was wrong, and I'm still on my way closer to where I belong. I'm still rolling the dice, praying sometimes it don't last that long. I'm losing my faith, I'm walking away from what you knew all along. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your star. You'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing,